Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. Welcome to tradertv.live. We're seeing North American stock futures coming back to the downside ever so slightly at this point. We were solidly higher, a little bit of a pullback at this point. The Dow actually just going negative. Weekly jobless claims numbers out this morning. 1.4 million additional Americans filing for benefits last week versus an expectation of 1.3 million. We also had continuing claims slightly lower, 16.1 million on the continuing claims number versus an expectation of 17 million. Markets coming off another solid performance yesterday. We had both the Dow and the S&P up 0.6% on the day yesterday. The NASDAQ struggled a bit, as we talked about throughout the show, only a 0.2% gain for the NASDAQ. Another big batch of earnings names to get through this morning, including Tesla, Twitter this morning reporting earnings as well. We'll have a look at both of those. Some of the travel-related stocks back in play this morning, including airlines that also had earnings from the group. And we're watching Pfizer shares again this morning to the upside, doing a little bit of volume after that $1.6 billion government contract awarded to Pfizer yesterday when it comes to 100 million doses of a COVID-19 vaccine. It is Thursday, June 23rd, 2020. TraderTV.live starts now. There's a look at APAC region markets from the overnight session. You can see Hong Kong and China both back in positive territory. Japan and Korea to the downside, though. Let's go over to Europe and see how things are shaping up throughout the European landscape. Yeah, a bit of a mix showing here as well. You can see England, Germany, France to the upside. Everything else back and forth. Let's go over to North America and see how futures are looking. Yeah, you can see the NASDAQ back in positive territory. The Dow briefly positive, back in the red once again. TSX futures here in Toronto, 0.14%. To the downside, Brazil open barely changed at this point. Bitcoin to the upside this morning. We also have gold back in positive territory. Earnings, and more earnings, guys. We have the big ones today. We talked about it all day yesterday. Tesla moving around. We have Twitter to talk about this morning. Going to be a busy show.
Yeah, it's going to be a busy one. Arguably some bigger ones still to come. So we're in the midst of earnings season. I think obviously everyone's going to be tracking in Tesla, if possible inclusion, likely inclusion in the S&P 500, meeting that last little metric there. So getting a bump, maybe not as big as a lot of people might have expected, but it is moving to the upside. Of course, Microsoft, which basically blew everything away, and then trading to the downside just a little bit here. And then there's a lot of other names that are going to be in play, whether it's the airline industry or some of the EVs that got dragged up by Tesla. Solo would be an example of that. So it should be fun. A couple days left in this week, and lots of excitement left here, Sean.
Yeah, the main problem with Microsoft, of course, was that they missed with Azure, so that was a problem there. That's their cloud and whatnot, so that was a big miss there for them. But yeah, and Microsoft down 2%, nothing. It was up 1.5 yesterday, so just giving back a little bit. But yeah, we're going to be on Tesla. And I saw some people, if you didn't get the watch list, I just tweeted out, follow me at TraderTV, Sean. Actually, I'll just put it on the screen right here quickly for you guys. Oops, there it goes. Wait a second. Here we go. Yeah, almost 5,100 now. Twitter, Tesla, just a bunch of names here. Our watch list. Valeria send out the link. Make sure you sign that up, but also find me. I'll give you some levels as well.
All right, guys, let's get going here. We have lots to talk about this morning. We'll show you what's coming up later in the show. Valeria will have the link for you towards the end of the show, about 11:45, 11:50 Eastern Time. Another great educational video coming your way. Yeah, momentum trading, strategies that work. We'll talk all about trading breakouts. A lot of stocks we look at here on the show include breakout trading. We're also going to have a look, guys, at Day Trade the World, how traders fared here yesterday. We'll jump into my screen here, have a look at the top 10 traders here from yesterday. Coming out of Europe, number one here, 18,000. The Amex, more European markets, 15,302. 12,000. Again, Europe making an appearance. Bit of a trend developing over the past couple of days. Europe's been near the top or at the top. So another great day here for traders at Day Trade the World. Let's head over to the desk and say good morning to Valeria.
Good morning and hello everyone, guys. Welcome to the live trading show. Sign up to our daily free watch list at the link I'm sending on the chat. And you also can find our watch list on Sean's Twitter account or on Trader TV Live. I'll send you all the handles. And subscribe to this channel to receive notifications when we are back on air. Please support and smash the like button. Let's have a great trading day together. And back to Brandon.
All right, let's get going, guys. Let's talk Twitter, the most active by far, I think, in the pre-market here. 4.6 million shares already traded for Twitter in the pre-market. Earnings out this morning. Overall, we're more or less in line with expectations when it comes to the financials. They did report a loss. The daily active user base, though, rose to 186 million. That was up 34% from 139 million in the year-ago period and 166 million at the end of Q1 of this year. So that was kind of the key, I think, for Twitter. Everything else was in line or slightly to the downside as far as the actual financials go. So we're breaking to the downside, speaking of lower here already, but still up 4%, guys.
Yeah, I mean, you beat with a daily sort of a monetizable users there, and it's going to be an interesting story here at the top. If you want to go back to February, what was kind of a bit of a double top around this 39.50 area. It's a little bit higher than that it got to. We're never actually closing above that 39 mark, but I think we have a potential breakout to the upside here. I was sitting down and saw it this morning test that sort of $40 level on very, very light volume, pre-market volume in here, and then sort of sliding scale to the downside. It'll be interesting to see if it can come back. I would have liked it a little bit better if we'd held this 39. I think there'd be a better chance at an early break of a 39.50 or a test at that 40. The fact that it gave all the way now almost down to this 38 level has me starting to think about where there could be some dip buys. So sort of flipping the script on what I was likely to be looking at this morning, and I'm just going to target sort of 37.25 as a bit of an area if it ever makes a bigger flush to the downside. And then if we roll back over at 39 off the open, sort of failure to get through, it might turn into a bit of like a short gap retracement play. I like those breakouts. I'm not sure, unless we get something crazy happening in the next 15 or 20 minutes, I don't know that we're going to get a big move in that first 5 minutes unless something happens here to get us closer to that 39. I would have liked that 39.50 and 40 break, but it doesn't seem as likely now.
Yeah, no, I mean, Twitter, look, I don't know what we're going to get that ARPU number for you. I see that someone talking about it's being a little bit inflated. I don't know. What I do like, though, is the daily active users there going upside. We did see that leak in Twitter a couple weeks ago, or maybe it was last week or 2 weeks ago, on that subscription-based model. So the more active users they have, probably the better it is for them. So yeah, 39.50 is going to be a good one. We will definitely, guys, if it gets to 39.50, and it depends when it gets there, but this is what's going to happen when 39.50 comes. I really do think that Twitter can go to the upside. We'll take out the big stick and try to hit that one. I think there's better plays, especially with the market coming down right now a little bit, but we'll wait to see, man. Twitter's still up 4%. We know it can get going. I think last earnings report, you might have got up double digits for sure, percentage-wise. So Twitter can go here, but again, it's been a nice little run. You see, and that's the other thing, right? We talked about Microsoft. A lot of these earnings reports needed to be priced to perfection, and Twitter off that bottom here. I mean, we were $28, Brendan, about 3 weeks ago. So from 28 to 40. Is quite a big move in a month here, and we see what the market's been doing and what the tech sector has done in the last couple of days. So really no surprise there, but yeah, there's that level that we keep talking about here. If we can break above 39, it's go time. Before we go though, Brandon, I know I just want to give a quick shout out. 2 new members today, so I will bang that one out for you guys. Thank you so much, Shane, and thank you so much, Terrence, for joining the club now. We're really expanding and we're really super happy with everybody and their membership. So guys, please, thank you for supporting the show. Let's keep it going. And Del Passand, I see you right there. Let's go.
All right, guys, Tesla, the next one here on the list. The company reported a surprise $104 million net profit for the second quarter. Its 4th straight profitable quarter. We also had Canaccord, Deutsche Bank, Wedbush, and Cohen & Company all raising price targets for Tesla this morning. So beating on the earnings front for Tesla as well. But as we said, guys, a bit of a muted reaction to these numbers.
Yeah, it's interesting when you can call Tesla being up $1,600 company being up up 5%, and we're describing it as a muted response. And obviously they blew it away with that number. The other key, as we sort of mentioned at the outset as well, hitting that metric, of course, of profitability this recent quarter will make them eligible for inclusion in the S&P 500, which is the big milestone that I know a lot of people have been looking forward to. So it's here now. Tesla, like we said, it's actually trying to creep back up towards this little area here at 1680, which I wasn't thinking maybe would be a breakout price or a level that we could test about an hour ago, but here we are. It's actually just come up 60 bucks since I sat down. So already putting in a bigger retracement move. Some of the post-market levels I don't know are going to come into play for me today. Certainly that 1600 that it tried to defend on a bit of a pullback off those earnings. I'm not sure whether we're going to get a chance to play off of that. If we do, I like the bid in front of it. We did see a nice little bottom at a level we liked earlier, 1560. I think 1600 will represent that today.
Yeah, Tesla 1680. I mean, look at this run up here, guys. Big time run up here on Tesla. We don't need to talk about that. We already know all about what's been happening. It's been back and forth. They're in that little bit of a zone. You need to break through 1720. Does it get there today? I'm not sure, but I do like this 1680 level right here, just because it's a couple wicks up and then a little bit of consolidation here, but not much. So I do like 1680, but we might get to that before the market even opens. So just what we talked about before here, I did write down on Twitter. If you follow me here, you'll see Tesla 1680, and there's Twitter 3950. We're going to get to Microsoft 29 in a minute. So at Trader TV, Sean will put some of those out. And if you have any questions, you could definitely DM me, guys.
Yeah, and Sean, talking about those levels from aftermarket yesterday, thanks to everybody who came out yesterday afternoon for our live recording of educational videos, 1 p.m. Wednesdays. We do it every single week. We talked about the significance of earnings levels, both pre-market and aftermarket, in those videos. So stay tuned. Those will be released individually coming up next week. So let's go on to Microsoft, the other big one today, guys. The interesting number I saw was it was the first sub 50% growth quarter number ever for Microsoft, and that was a little bit of the negative connotation. Revenue 13% year over year, 38 billion. Operating profit was up 8% to 13.4 billion. But here we are, guys. Microsoft trading to the downside today.
Yeah, my favorite stock of all time, Microsoft here. So yeah, look, I mean, again, I talked about Azure. They hit everything, but miss on that one. But look what's happening now. We were up 1.4% yesterday, so we're just giving it back, and it's actually no big deal. What a great buy that was down at 205. I'm looking to increase my long-term stake down here. If we could get it in the 190s again, that'd be fantastic. I don't think that happens. That's that breakout spot creating all this action. But you still are bunched up here. We're not going to take out the highs today on this report. It doesn't seem like they loved it that much. And again, Microsoft's still making record profits, making all that money. The problem is they're 30 times right now PE, which is way, way overbought for Microsoft. It hasn't been there in 25, 30 years, that PE. It's never been there, I don't think, except for maybe when it was a baby. But right here, 209. It's an easy level. I mean, it's not rocket science. It's bounced off 209 a couple times. Yesterday in the afternoon, you did get 209 right here a couple times again. So there's something here. This is just a 3-minute chart, so we can go back a little bit further. But I like the 209 break for sure. I did want to give a shout out quickly though. Again, more members. We'll keep doing this for you guys. Sterling Purdy, what up? And then Parrish, thank you so much, guys, for joining the show. You're going to get these little fun emojis, and you get to show everybody how long you've been a member. We are working on more member benefits, so more to come on that. But thank you so much for continuing to support the show, guys.
Yeah, I just want to thank a Mambo guy for the $5 super chat. Just caught you on there, so thank you. We always do appreciate that support. Worth also noting that dip into the downside. I actually took a bit of a shot on Microsoft buying that little dip in the aftermarket and took a very small hit, trying to bottom pick there. And then with aftermarket trading, you're in, you're out very, very quickly. One of the things looking at in that sell-off is that obviously they're priced at a certain level, and you talk about different metrics. Revenue to price was like 5-year high they're hitting at right now. So I feel like that sell-off was just one of those situations where it's more about where the stock has come from and that it was getting a little bit expensive. So I'm sort of with Sean that I don't think we're going to see a test of those highs. And even if we got to 215 today, even rubbing off of it, I think there would be a chance to at least think about fading it. If it tried to extend towards some of those highs, I would definitely think about that. And of course, I'm going to be interested in buying some dips off of those pre-market or post-market, I should say, levels that we saw last night.
More earnings, guys, from the airline group. Again today, we had both American and Southwest reporting. We talked about United United a little bit 2 days ago. We have American to deal with today and Southwest. They both reported losses. Both losses were kind of in line with expectations. It seems like everyone just looking at this group and giving them a pass on this quarter. Overall, the price action this morning pretty muted. AAL, the more active in the group this morning, over 1 million shares already, but all of these look very similar. Kind of gapped a little bit higher, and now we're back into yesterday's range.
In a boring range it is.
I hadn't even looked at them.
If you look at American Airlines here, like exactly flat to basically down a nothing, and you look at this level, it's rounding into the last few days. It's just, you go to the 3 here and sort of check this little bottom here at 1130. It's been somewhat of a bit of a base, and I think we take a shot shorting this one through that 1130 break. If it does any kind of a pop off that level, maybe we consolidate there at some point in the day. It'll be a nice little level we can play off of. If you just look at it though, it's been very, very sleepy. You're talking about 15, 20, 30 cent scalps off of that level, not even getting big retracements off what's been sort of a bottom all week, and then earnings come out and you don't break away from it and you don't break through it. As a day trader, there's going to be probably some opportunities in there for some smaller trades unless we get a firm break at that 1130 to the downside. Otherwise, it might be a stay away.
Yeah, I haven't even looked at airline companies, so I'm not going to lie about that one. CCL here, that's a name that we always look at. And I think CCL and Microsoft are kind of neck and neck for my favorite stocks. And look, my chart just disappeared, so that's pretty cool. Okay, I did want to show you quickly the imbalance locator we are, and I'll have to load up my chart. I don't know what happened. Maybe I minimized it for something, I can't find it. Pfizer right here, 2 million. We're going to get to that name soon, as well as NIO, but take it, Brendan. I need to load my charts back.
Yeah, Pfizer active again. Second straight day for Pfizer moving around in the pre-market. We'll get to that in a second. Want to talk about AT&T, another earnings mover from this morning. Did give you a nice gap to the upside, but already again right back down with the overall market. Results beat by 4 cents per share. Revenue was basically in line with expectations. The company pointed to COVID-19 as far as negative effects to their entire business. So yeah, AT&T, T in New York, back to the downside here. Another one, guys, really tight consolidation forming here on the daily chart. 30.50, definitely a big level for AT&T.
Yeah, 30.50 to like 30, like mid 60s here for AT&T, and we just sort of traveled through it a couple of times in the pre-market, and it's right back down towards this 30 area support from yesterday. Look, AT&T, you look at the daily chart, it's just not very, very volatile. And much like the airlines, I just don't see how there's going to be a massive trade through here unless you get a big flush in the market and we're breaking that 30 level. That would be interesting, certainly. Maybe a break, but even if it breaks back up, I think you're talking about testing multiple levels to the upside. If you catch like a 30 quarter, you're talking about 30 to 50 that Brendan was mentioning, and then the pre-market high. So like AAL, you're talking about small scalps unless we get the bottom falling out, which would be at least a little bit interesting for me. Otherwise, AT&T, I just don't see it. You mentioned Pfizer. That looks like a more exciting play because it's had some juice to it lately.
You know, look, AT&T, I mean, we can call up here. Is it even on? No, it's not even on the imbalance locator right now. So AT&T, not much action here. Obviously, it's a New York stock. Come on, Sean. Our chart's loaded back up there. Yeah, not much happening. This is a 3-minute chart again. We did have that high. Neil just talked about all the levels. The key thing about AT&T, guys, is it's a big hold in a lot of 401ks or a lot of investment portfolios. Why? Because of the dividend, and the dividend remains untouched there, and at 6.9%. So a decent dividend right there. All you got to do is buy the stock, and you'll get 6.9%. So if people like the telecom space, grab this one. There's a few other names that you might want to look at, but AT&T, like Verizon, might be a little better, but AT&T, a good name and should trade okay, but not this range.
Let's talk NIO, guys. Another day, another million plus shares traded in the pre-market for NIO. Interesting story relating to NIO out this morning. China's 3 major telecom operators have reportedly now built over 400,000 5G base stations in China. That was as of the end of June. They're targeting 600,000 by the end of the year. NIO's leading the way in China as far as electric vehicles are concerned with the swappable batteries. So those drive-through stations which are run on the 5G network, where you can basically drive your car in, battery drops out, new one goes in, you continue on your way. So NIO moving around again today, guys. We had a bit of a pop on that report in the aftermarket yesterday to look at.
That's pretty sick news. Yeah, I like that news. That's a good one. I mean, look, they're in the EV space. Obviously, they're Chinese. They got the backing of the government. This stock, I think, eventually is going to be a great stock. But for day trading, it's been a wild one. We see the moves that happens. We keep talking about the move that happens every single morning, and it gives you like one way, like same thing yesterday, straight to the downside, straight to the downside. I don't know. I don't think today it's going to do that. I think today we might have some upside surprises here. You do see Tesla still up that 5 or 6%. I haven't looked at it in a bit, but it still was up that high. So I think NIO can go with it, man. I don't see any reasons why. 13 should be a good breaking spot. We were there yesterday. We're only at 1260 today. Quick look at the imbalance locator. It's not huge. We talked about that. Normally, a big number here is something like this Pfizer, because Pfizer's $40, right, times 2 million. So you do that math as opposed to 400,000 times 13. So it's not a big, huge sum here, but we'll see. I like it through 13, and I don't know if I'll short this one, but if you do look at short, you could play 1250.
Yeah, around that 1250, the Tesla bump on earnings got it to like 1255 pullback. You get the aftermarket push on what might actually be better news, at least individually, for NIO there, and now holding the same level, that sort of 1250 on the way in. I'm not going to be taking the short through a 1250 break. I usually much rather fading into a short if there's a pop to the upside. I'd look at maybe like that 12 quarter, 1230 if there's going to be a dip buy situation. I don't know that I want to sit it out in terms of the long all the way until 13. So I might take a shot here at a scalp trade through about 1280. Just always have to be aware. Sometimes you'll get that move in NIO where it gives you that big parabolic, then a flush. It feels like if you catch that 75-80 break, you might want to be taking a sum or a lot off in front of 13, just in case it snaps back on you. So it might be a very quick type of opportunity in the first couple of minutes there on NIO.
All right, guys, let's talk Pfizer. Yeah, 2 days in a row to the upside here for PFE. We mentioned the $1.9 billion government contract yesterday to produce 100 million doses of BioNTech, BNTX, their COVID-19 vaccine, which they're working on combined. So Pfizer again today to the upside. There is an option on that contract for an additional 500 million doses as well. So a nice looking chart here, guys, again today for Pfizer.
Yeah, you know, we've been loving Pfizer here, and today it just like seconds ago turned around off 39.50. So you did have a bit of a high back in April. If you go back into the beginning of the year, it actually got to $41. So it's not quite all the way back, but a break through this 39.50 would be a good start. Next resistance point I think is going to be that 41. I'm not saying it skips over 40, but those are the two levels to the upside I'm looking at. One of which could be a break, sort of very quickly here off of the open. I'll just get you to the 1 minute so you can see what just happened a few minutes ago. Turning around right off that 39.50. If it does dip down, look at this 39 to 39.10 area as a nice little base. If it holds that off the open, could be a secondary push that you want to buy in front of sort of an obvious 39 even area. So a couple of ideas for the long side yesterday. Shorted it and then rolled into a long trade. This time I'm only going to look long initially.
Yeah, no, you get a $2 billion contract from the government for the vaccine, and you're going to be going upside. So Pfizer, again, another great dividend, another great long-term hold. I have this one in my portfolio as well. So Pfizer, a good name here. We do like this one to the upside. I mean, it's going to be breaking highs, hopefully 39.50. What a surprise. That's a nice little level right there. You can go long all day, 39.50, guys.
Let's talk about space real quick, guys, before we get to Arun and the overall market. I want to talk about Virgin Galactic. New CFO for the Hyperloop, Virgin's Hyperloop. We also had a positive note from Morgan Stanley on this stock earlier in the week. It's been on a bit of a tear, though. If you have a look at the daily chart here, guys, 5, 6, 7 days in a row here to the upside, all the way back up to 26.5 for space.
Yeah, I hit that to the moon there, literally. And space has been great, man. I mean, if those of you that are watching us for the first time, welcome. But I always trade this name, and we've been doing really, really well on it. Just really going long. So, I mean, look, we saw last week new CEO come through, and we saw what that did to the stock and busted it through. We had Daniel Shea on yesterday. I talked about loving this stock at $15, $16 2 weeks ago. So we've made a lot of cash. So we'll smile on space right now, and then we'll look for more upside here. The level I gave on Twitter here was 26.50. Those guys, yeah, and thanks Alicia there for that comment. 26.50 right here on space. I love that level, and I really, really do think that that idea is one that should pay off at some point today. 26.50 to the top side here on Virgin Galactic, guys.
I'm not going to be able to add anything to version there. Sean knocking that one out of the park. I just wanted to note this MIST that everyone seems to be talking about here. Just another gap to the upside. I know, Brendan, that you have some news on there, but it just took out the high. Another 720 push. It's on 14 million shares already. I feel like this one, I don't know that it got to our list there, our watch list, but we are looking at it here. Just want to let you guys know. Sometimes these names pop up. We'll talk about it. We'll probably be looking at trading it. I have to look into some shorts. I'm not sure we actually have them there on MIST. If we do, I might be very, very interested in playing this one. MXC, that was the one from yesterday with like the 7 million, well, I mean, whatever. It's like a micro cap, super ultra micro cap. I'm going to be watching this other one here as it came all the way back from $11, came back to earth. Watch for a 7 even break. We can short this today. None of it made any sense. There was no news. I'm going to be looking at a 7 break on MXC. It's not done a lot of volume, so hopefully some will come in off of the open. But mist is on the radar. MXC, I want to make sure we got into that one, Brennan.
Yeah, I think I finally have located the reason here for that Milestone Pharmaceutical. Looks like they got a regulatory pass on a heart drug. So the FDA is saying basically they don't have to conduct another late-stage trial as previously mentioned on a heart medication, heart treatment that they have in the works. So that could be one at least reason or catalyst. So we're up huge, obviously, on MIST. Let's bring in Arun here and have a look at the overall futures, guys. We're getting ever so close to the open, but 5 minutes to go. Arun, we were talking earlier in the week about a lot of big earnings to come. Those have now been presented, so we are back to the downside.
Yeah, you know what? These earnings have been uneventful for the futures as a whole. I mean, I was expecting a lot more movement, especially out of the Microsoft one. Not a whole lot of movement. So I don't know what to do. This market's been pretty difficult to trade pre-market. I mean, there's been reads that I thought could potentially happen, especially yesterday. I was thinking maybe a short. Never ended up committing to the short because it never went down enough. And then we went upside all day yesterday. And right now it looks like there's some negative pressure. But then again, once the market opens, what happens? We don't know. And I can't even remember the last time I actually went into a trade pre-market before the market actually opens and committed to a direction. So it's kind of hard. The only level I've got is 32.40. So for the potential read right now for me is if it gets underneath 60, starts to base out, find some buying, I'll take a long with the 32.40. Nothing over the top, so we're probably looking at 3,300 as a first target. That's all I got. It is very difficult to trade. The volume isn't there, and this earnings is not pushing as much as we thought. So I don't know what's going on, but it seems like there's a volume. Maybe people are taking vacations now, or whatever the case is, but volume has decreased slightly. And the thing too is that yes, the ranges might be there, like a 25-point range of the ES might be something that's big enough to trade, but as a position trader, I can't commit to 25 points because is it a tradable range? The answer for me is no. Scalpers might be able to make use of it. For me, though, I can't. So for me, it's just a matter of waiting and hopefully we get a setup below 60 that I can work with.
Yeah, it seemed like a little bit of an extra, thank you, Arun. It seemed like a little bit of extra negativity in response to that weekly jobless claims number this morning as well, more so than we've seen over the past few weeks. Anyways, ENTX, one real quick here, guys, before we get to the open. Go out to a daily chart here, 3 even on ENTX up to 320 level of congestion. So gapping to the upside, positive news this morning, but we're already fading back down on ENTX, guys.
Yeah, no, with only 2 minutes to go here, guys, just one more I wanted to talk about Tonix. TNXP up another 14%. It did make a move to the downside. I'm going to get the HTBX, which I just got into in front of a $3 level. But Tonix, I like 157 if you want to just go to the higher time frame. You look at yesterday's price action, try to get through that top, bit of a bottom a couple of sessions ago, and then right now trying to make a move back up towards this 155. If it can't get through that in the opening session, we're going to be looking at fading it and shorting in front. Otherwise, it's going to be a break. It's an odd price, but it's a 157 to 160 level that I'd be looking for a breakout in TNXP if it wants to make a move back towards the upside. Yesterday, of course, was its first sell-off. I did just get into HTBX in front of that $3. I missed the break on HTBX here with 90 seconds to go. I just caught it on a bit of a pullback. So I was just watching this one sort of roll back over right back towards its post-market highs at $3. This is where it closed at $297. I'm short basically right here, $296. First level for me, I'm going to be getting out if it just takes out $307 at the open. I love the long break if we ever catch it, $327, $330. A couple of these breaks that I've loved the last couple of days, you never really saw them, so I want to make sure I'm getting some of the short piece as well.
AMD, guys, big runner yesterday. We actually hammered this one, and this was one of my top stocks yesterday. AMD off to the races and then continuous all the way to the close yesterday, so watch out for 62.25. Look, if this market continues to go down, most of my stocks I'm looking at are upsides here, so space as well coming through. So AMD 62.25, we're going to probably get long 26.50 here on space. DraftKings alert, that one's going to be a good stock today as well, going through 38.50 maybe, but if DraftKings can't hold 37, that's going to be a problem. And then CCL, the only stock that I'm a little negative on here, we're going to see what happens if it can take down 1490-ish on the downside with only 30 seconds to go. All my orders are locked and loaded for the upside, man. DraftKings, Space, Nio, Baba. Oh yeah, Alibaba, another name here through 254, so we'll see that one. Should have included that on my watch list, but let's go. I think we'll probably get into Virgin Galactic first here.
Yeah, I mean, I only have the short that I have in, and then MXC. Everything else is to the buy side as we drop the countdown for Valeria, who's going to be ringing the bell on this lovely Thursday. Drop it 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. This market is open. I mean, like we said, immediately looking only for some of these downside trades, and HTBX starting to slide down. We'll take a 10-cent win if it makes the first leg down there, and then maybe look for 15, 20, a little bit lower in. MXC, I'm going to watch to a 7 even break. Volume, not really getting to that name off the open here.
We're watching Tesla here, guys. We're going to see if Tesla wants to break through 1680. That'll be my Tesla play. We gave that level to you as well. If that does happen, though, I mean, here comes Tesla to the downside. Well, I mean, not really. Tesla just moving around here. This is a 1-minute chart, guys. I'm not in anything yet, so we're going to have to wait to see what does come. But I do like Tesla 1680. And if you want to get out of that one, I don't know, 1670 maybe if that does trigger. So we'll try to make $10 either way there on Tesla. Twitter bouncing around. Here goes Tesla to the downside. Sorry, guys. I was only looking long on that name.
Yeah, just quickly, a nice move here in our good friend HTBX. You can see it trading all the way about 15 cents in the money. I'm going to look to have to take some shares off here. Look, it talked about getting a 10-cent move. We'll see if we can catch it on this little downside push. 275 is the next level down.
I like Twitter
that I'm trying to get here.
Twitter
on the break?
Yeah, it's on the break, 38.50. It's just making a move upside. It did not break yet, but 38.50 is that little pre-market top right here, 38.50. So, yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt, Neil. HTBX, good trade there on the short side. I just know a lot of people probably looking at Twitter right here today. It looks like it wants to go. AMD also. Why didn't I just get into AMD there? I'm not sure. 62.25. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I just got into AMD right now. Sorry, guys. Long AMD right now, 62.25. Yeah, and we missed Tesla. Tesla just broke as well.
Yeah, I'm just having a few issues with my execution. So, I mean, HTBX has run through a few of my orders, but I can tell you it's right now down at 275. We had that as a bit of a target, guys. I just got a fill there. Let's ignore these because I have some orders that are clearly not filled. They might be, they might not be. Either way, it's already a nice little win. Timber action on HTBX. I don't have any of my long side trades coming through here, guys. So it's just a short in HTBX. MXC broke 7, but I didn't get an execution there. If you caught it and you could pay for the shorts, it's already at 660. But a big win here on HTBX as it approaches that 275 first stop. If it gets through there, obviously we like those quarters, but I'll take a bunch out in the 60s before it gets to 250.
166 here. Just watching AMD here. Big time long, 62.25. Let's wait to see. Also long space. Let's go. Both names. Brandon, what up?
We saw the strength in Pfizer, guys. Their partner on this vaccine, BNTX, not so much. Just seeing a offering. Yeah, it looks like a share offering here for BNTX. Big sell volume on the open here for BioNTech, guys.
I remember you, BioNTech. I just want to get over to Twitter. Sean was mentioning that one. I was looking at that 39.50 area on Twitter. It just basically holding that little low, and I kind of thought there would be a chance to roll up and test 39. It did and fell back down. I want to see if I can catch an execution on a 39 break, but also short in front of it, reverse to the long. Right now, it's just headed southbound.
Yeah, AMD's heading southbound as well right now. We've seen this name do these kind of moves before. Are we having canceling issues here? I can't cancel my order, but okay, AMD to the downside right now. Space going upside right here. So a nice little trade there. 26.85 is our out. So long at 50, in at 62. In at 84 right now, guys. So space moving and AMD moving downside right now as well.
Yeah, 100%. And just want to check back in on Pfizer. Of course, we were bullish on Pfizer. We're looking for a 39.50 break. Clearly, you can see that is not in the cards. You're going to see me only short in HTBX in the money. We've got a 296 short. We're looking to see if we can catch more than just the 15-cent win that we already put in. Pfizer, look, I want to see if we can hold back to the upside here. I was hoping 39 would give you a nice little bounce. It's sort of a failed break. I might take one shot long in front of it, then test back up to that 39.50 where I'd be out on a scalp. But it was really that 38.50, 38 quarter where I would really like a bit of a dip buy opportunity. MXC, no volume on that from yesterday, so it looks like sanity is reined in on that stock, which had basically no news and was running on nothing, guys. So I would have liked that short, but it doesn't seem like there's enough volume to have a trade there on MXC.
Okay, we're averaging in here to AMD as it's falling down. Space is also coming to the downside here. So yeah, it looks like they don't like anything here. We tried to get Tesla through that 80 level. We missed it, and it ripped up through there. This was what happened. It went to 89. I talked about taking that $10, but look what's happening now. Tesla falling right down. We do not have any Tesla shares on board right now. If you are looking at Tesla, though, you do have a bottom here, 1625. Watch out if it breaks that for the downside. But our space still about flat right here. Nothing else really coming in. Well, how far did NIO drop there? Wow, yeah, there's that break of that
Sean,
bottom.
everything's dropping. I mean, Solo here, which was up 10% on some of that, Tesla sympathy, whatever you might want to call it, is rounding back into some of the afternoon's levels here, approaching the previous close at 341. I'm sitting here in a winning short in HTBX, but I'm looking across the board, and it doesn't really seem like any of the bullish plays are going to come in. I am going to take one shot at least, like I said, in this Pfizer at some point, but I need to see it hold above 39, which was the level I was watching. It just keeps on testing lower. So if we can get some serious consolidation here, I might take a shot in Pfizer, but this market wants to sell. So I'm going to hang on to the short that I got, see what else we can work with.
We're actually back long again, AMD, off a couple buys down here. So let's wait to see what happens. Our average price on AMD now in the 50s. We did dump some here when we had a pending order problem. I tried to get out through 62, so we missed that trade. But AMD, man, I mean, look, if these futures go, we do like AMD. They're so super strong lately. Hopefully we're not taking it too far here. Space, our best out already, 83. I mean, that was a swish. So we'll wait to see here if it can take out $27. I think it's probably a good one, a good little name to be in right there. And then that's what I'm saying. Twitter, we missed that trade. Again, we did have order problems. I was pounding the table at 38.50. I hope you guys took that, because right now you'd be mucho dineros, as now it looks like it wants to break 39. Twitter going.
Yeah, I'm looking at that 39 myself. I might try that patented sort of a short into it, breakout at 39 if I can catch this one. So I'm going to take a shot here at Twitter if we can get it. Brendan, what do you got, buddy?
Another earnings name, guys. We kind of passed on this one in the pre-market, but AutoNation up still 2.5%. Huge flush, though, 53 down to 50. Basically back to where it was yesterday after they beat on earnings as well, guys.
AutoNation. I mean, it feels like there's so many beats in this market. So here's my quick little shot on this retracement in Twitter. We've mentioned we like 39.50. We talked about that 40 level as well. As it tries to break the 39, having already missed out on some of these bottom picks, I'm just going to look for that quick little roll at 38.
Come on,
here. Whoa, there we go, 38.80, and we're already 50 pennies in the money. So literally, as I'm talking, we catch a 50-cent win. We'll go disco ball action on Twitter. Short in front of 39. We gave that one to you. I'll still break out long if it takes that price.
Yeah, 50-cent win. We're in 50 cents plus right now on Softy. 209 break, guys. You know what happens when we get Softy in the building. We punching that one out. So let's see if Softy wants to keep going here. Big trade. We're out of almost half of this one right now, but let's see how high Softy wants to go. The real only target here, kind of this bunched up area around 210. That's why we get out some there, 90, 70 there, 60s and whatnot. But right now, Softy going to the upside. Let's see how many legs this name has here. We are long, guys, 209.03 right now. The only problem is AMD, but Space and Softy working for us big time. What's up, Beep?
A couple days in a row here for Sunworks, guys. Another one from the solar group. 24% again today, just popped up on a volume scanner there. Going to double check on that one, but it's been an active one for the past couple of days, guys.
Yeah, here comes Twitter to 38 even, guys. If it breaks at 38, we're going to look to take over a dollar winner on it. If it holds, I'm going to have basically trail this one. It's the opening range sort of play, and I do like that breakthrough 39 upside. So it's going to be about a 38.50 trail if it goes back up, and I'll look for reloads in front of 39. We've already taken some profit. I want to roll through this one, but where 38 goes, can have a bit of a home run here on Twitter. I'm not going to be holding through the low of the day. I think we'll catch a re-entry point if that's going to be the case, but 38 even right now, catching it on the bid here. Let's see what happens when we get to that price. I still have that HTBX, a bit of a pullback to that 3 even area where I'm going to slide my stop from 307, 310. Down to that break even at 3-ish. I'm short at 296. Already took a nice win. But there goes Twitter. We're going to look a dollar winner in the face right here and see if we can't catch it. Already a couple of wins to the short side. Sean, I mean, I have a lot of these buy orders on my in my order log for upside plays, and I don't think I'm going to get any of those filling.
No, that's the problem here. And I mean, I just took AMD long as well, so we're trying to make some money back on that one. Look at Virgin, baby, going upside 27. That's exactly what we're talking about. We'll pop some wheelies off right now. The day is getting better. The day is getting better. Virgin going to the upside right now. AMD, we reloaded. Microsoft continues to be a doozy for us. Yeah, things going well right now. What up, Beep?
Yeah, just refreshing my orders, guys. We have FE again today. First Energy. This was that bribery subpoena case we were talking about a couple days back. Back to the upside, just popped up on a volume scanner here. 29 up here, a monster level if we get there for FE up 4%.
FE, yeah, that was yesterday, right? Big move yesterday in that name. But yeah, right now, Carnival trying to bounce around here. AMD, I mean, we took some profits there, and now it's coming back to the downside. So watch out for this level to break again, 60-70 to dump that trade off. But Space a big winner, Microsoft a big winner, AMD the only loser we have today, guys.
Yeah, a nice little pullback win on Twitter. I'm going to take it. You know, it might fall off the face of the earth. I think I'll get another shot at it if it does. Just want to make sure we lock in the profits. If it pulls back up to 39, I'm going to take another shot. If it breaks the low of the day, 37.50, we'll take a play in that price range, guys. We just got some TNXP that looks like it's taking out the high, that 157. I want to reverse to the long side. We talked about 157 to 160, bullish above that price. We'll see if we can't reverse into a long trade on that name. I still have that HTBX. If you're looking at this one, it was a good trade right off the open, and probably the mistake I made was not getting more shares out off that bottom at 275. You catch a nice 20-cent win on a $3 name. Maybe I should have taken, you know, maybe 80% of it off instead of just a quarter. I will reload at least a one time in front of that $3 if it does get a little bit higher than it is right now. But HTBX already a win. Let's see if we can get some more shares and work this downside.
Guys, look at all these winners we got on board right now. Space, 40 cents right now. Microsoft, it was just 70 cents. We did get some out there up on the top side, 209.70. You guys wanted the Microsoft level. We gave that to you, and that's what we're doing right now. A little psychedelic action as we continue to go, man. Microsoft, a great trade today. Sometimes it's been good for us, but right now today, we'll hit some bullseyes right now as Microsoft continues to go to the upside. Watch out, CCL possibly breaking as well. And look at AMD, guys, all the way back, 61 and change. Let's just see how far this one wants to go, guys.
Yeah, and I just want to jump back over to American. We talked about the bearish sort of trade. I couldn't actually catch it on that little break to the downside. It did take out that bottom, the 1130. Unable to catch an execution, but it was a nice win if you got it. Talked about only 25, 30-cent types of scalps. This is why. Immediately runs into some support at 11 even. I think you're looking for a break at 11 at some point. If it does consolidate, I think you have a shot bouncing off of this level, guys. So watch out for this 11 even on American Airlines. I don't want to get too far away from these guys. Brendan, what do you got?
A huge move for AT&T. Well, not huge, but a nice shot at a short through 30 here, guys. We had a bit of support yesterday on AT&T. We talked about the earnings in the pre-market, but broke that. We're down to $29.75 for T in New York, guys.
Oh, wow. We did talk about that one. Come on, let's go Space. Let's keep going on that one. Yeah, right now, AMD back from the dead here. Let's just keep going upside on this one if we can. We did cash some out there, 13s, 14s, 15s, off of this 90. Oh, it was 87 buy. You can see that's where we are long right now. Microsoft, great little out up there in 80s and 90s. So we're still holding that one, but we don't have much on board for that. CCL breaking downside, guys. This is the only short that we have on right now. Carnival Cruise Lines. Let's see the damage this can do.
Guys, a bit of an alert to IBIO. Just want to make sure we get to this. Off the open, making a bit of a push here towards the high, the 620, 622 level. I'm going to like a break, but you know what I'm going to do first, guys? I'm going to go short in front of it, see if we can't fade it. It's up 10%. We've seen this be a solid trade in the past. If we catch this one on the reversal. So I'm going to take a shot shorting it on the way back in, but it's going to be a breakout at that 620, 625 range on IBIO. This one's over in the Amex if you're tracking.
IBIO, yeah, just watching Virgin Galactic break through 50 back to the downside. So a little bit of concern for me here, but 25.80 should be the ultimate drop spot, which looks like that may be happening right now on that name. But here comes AMD, a good bunch of outs up there. I still think it can go, but it's not going to fight the futures too much here. But the futures aren't doing anything. What we mean by that is the S&P 500. We just dropped a bunch of future videos, futures trading videos on our Market Wisdom page. So definitely definitely check that out. Microsoft 70 cents now in the money. So yeah, that's been, we talked about that. We love Microsoft. It's earnings day. So yeah, of course, Microsoft's going to be my highest stock today. Nice little win there. Holding this trade a little bit. We're out of, we have our 20% again left. Sorry, 10% left right now of Microsoft. So already cleaned that one out. We will dump it out though back here, maybe 208.50 if it does break that little VWAP there.
Sean, one thing we actually left out of our earnings video that we should have mentioned is when you get to the middle of earnings season, there's like a million different names, and yesterday was obviously very busy. One way to pick them is, hey, what stocks do you trade well in, generally speaking? Forget about the biggest market cap or what has the biggest move. If you have a good read and it's one of your group of stocks and it has a catalyst, just jump back into that one. So I like that idea with a Microsoft. Obviously, there was a million things you could look at today. I'm sure we got another one here with Brennan.
Yeah, absolutely. More earnings, guys. Polt Group, PHM in New York, 10% today. A great look through 42 there. Another one that gave you an opportunity all the way up to 43.75. They beat right across the board as well, guys.
It's sort of feeling like there's a bit of a sort of battle being waged here in Twitter in this very, very tight range. Now, I took it out in front of that 38. I said if it bounced off it, we'd take about that $1, and we got about 90 cents. So sorry for getting 90 instead of $1. But look at this tight 38 to 38.40. I don't want to be messing around with this off of the open. I think at some point it's going to break out, and I want to be a little bit agnostic as to what direction it's going to be. I find part of the problem with Twitter for me usually is I have a strong bias. I'm going to try and stay away from that. If it breaks down below this, call it like 37 3 quarters, 37.80. Maybe we'll jump into a short and then break into a scalp long if it breaks 38.40. I still like 39. I don't know if it's going to come anytime soon.
Yeah, in your face, AMD. Let's just keep going higher and higher and higher right now. A nice little 40-cent win. We did take a bath taking that long early. But again, always, and just if you're joining us for the first time, my first couple trades, like if we get in the first minute, it's not like a maximum share size thing at all. We actually took more shares down here. We did average in. We've lost on AMD. It's our only negative stock right now today is AMD. A new trade alert, Baba going through 254. What up, Brendan?
Another one from the volume list, guys. CBay here. CBay coming back to the downside, just tried to break 5 and failed. FDA giving them the thumbs up on a liver disease treatment that had been in a clinical hold by the FDA. So they lifted that clinical hold for CBay, guys.
Yeah, this, sorry, just want to get to this mist for a quick second. Made a big move and turned around at 9. It's now giving you some consolidation. Of course, Brendan getting that news very, very quickly to us. Look, if it takes out about 760 to 750, you might see me jump into a short, but it looks like it's trying to make a secondary break through 840 in towards that 9. If you're looking for a top end, that's 915. I'll probably take a shot outside of this range right here, scalping at least a little bit of a scalp into the high and hopefully holding for a bit more on miss. But someone said in the chat that I'm going to probably try and be shorting it. You're absolutely right if we get a 750 break.
And guys, there it is, guys. Big stick trading happening right here. What did I tell you? Rewind the tape about Virgin Galactic. I told you we'd be taking it out right there at 26.50. Look what's happening now, guys. 27 and change, 60-cent winner on this one. Oh yeah, remember that Microsoft big stick that came out? Bang! Hit it right there, guys. Microsoft 209. You asked about it in the chat, in the pre-market. I gave you 209, and now you're at 210.60 on Mr. Softy. How are you, Mr. Softy? And look at Alibaba, 254. That's a 40-cent win as well. Everything cruising, man. Carnival, we've taken it out. I'm so long everything else. Let's just dump Carnival. Oh yeah, by the way, we're getting back to life here on AMD. We may make everything back on this stock, so we could go perfect again, guys, today. We're trying to keep the streak going. Hot dogs for everybody. Let's go.
Yeah, through the roof right now on MIST. Look, I said I'd short if it broke that 750. Didn't do it. It broke the top side of the range. We caught a break at 840. 848 was our price. Already taking some out there for 30. And then a 50-cent win. If it takes out the high, I'm hanging on for dear life. If it does a halt to the upside, you might see me quickly slide out of the trade, not to hold through that halt. Typically not my style. If we can take the profit, we will. But I want to see it take out this 915. If it can't do it, I'll go out break even and then look for some shorts. Right now, already a nice win that we just talked about on MIST. Let's see if we can get some more, guys.
Yeah, long 209, just tweeting this thing out here on Microsoft. What a great trade that was. Just letting everybody see that 209 call. I mean, guys, I mean, I'm seeing this talk here on the chat. Do you want to review some of these levels that we were talking about here? We did have AMD down here. Look at this. There's Space. There's Softy. Tesla would have given you 10 pennies on that break. The only problem so far, AMD, but we're making it all back as AMD coming straight back for us. So a good little trade here for us today. $1.50 right now on Softy. Space, 56 cents. It does get pretty high there. Virgin Galactic, what a nice trade there. One and done. Let's see if it wants to break through this 15 and just continue this march higher. AMD, wow, that one's going out at 40 there. Watch out for this VWAP. Let's just rinse and repeat on this one. Long 60.89, guys. The day just keeps on going. We'll just keep taking out this stick, guys. Let's go.
Mist just took the top off, so bye-bye through 9.15. Just made a new fresh high at 9.30. Let's see if it can sustain this move. I'm in the money about 80 cents here. See if we can't get over $1 winner on this name. It's a break-even stop for me, so if it retraces, you've already taken profits on 2/3. I'm willing to roll with the rest of it here. The only trade we have on that's against us is going to be that TNXP, and that's a reversal long. If it goes to 157, you'll see me short there. That's accurate. I will reverse long at a 157 and 160 area break. The short in IBIO is also working. We'll get to that, but it's break-even stop for me otherwise. Let's see it ride on MIST. I'll be looking for shorts through 750, so that's a ways away from us right now. Somebody was asking on the chat, and apologies for not getting to that name. I couldn't see it, about Pfizer. Yes, we like the 39.50 break, but it hasn't broken 39.50. You're not going to test that 40 if you can't break that 39 top first. Yesterday, I was willing to short Pfizer despite being overall bullish on it. If we roll over in front of that 39.50 in the opening range, I'm probably going to take a shot in front of that high of day with a breakout long. So that's pretty much right around here if we get consolidation, 39.25 to 39.35. You'll see me dip into a bit of a short trade, guys.
Guys, I mean, this is just a monster day here. I mean, I hope you're enjoying the show. And thank you so much for the membership for everybody there. We'll give a quick shout out here if we can. I'm trying to trade here. Chad Habel and Brock. Hey, what up, Brock? I like that name. Good name there. And Chad. Chad's a good name. Okay, upside right now. Look at this. Bang! Virgin Galactic. This is not a roller coaster if you're with me, guys. You're one shot in, and you're just ripping now to the top side. This is an 80-cent winner on Space. This is a $1.50 winner on Microsoft. This is a 70-cent winner right now on AMD. Let's go, Brendan.
Another one, guys, moving back to the upside. Pfizer, early weakness, but look at this. Right back to the upside. 39.50 up here. The high from the pre-market. We're now up 2% for PFE, guys.
Yes, still have my order locked and loaded, ready to go on Pfizer at that 39.50, but I'm hunting for a bit of a rollover. Missed making another push upside. You'll see it in the money like 50 cents. That's great for $8 stock. Remember, we've already taken that a couple of times here, so we're looking for a bigger move on the last portion of the position. IBIO, before we get into Pfizer, which could happen any second now, I just want to cover this one. We did grab that rollover short at about a 6 even price, fading off of that high a day. It's now working back to the downside, so, just another one of these sort of retracement plays. Don't get married to a direction. Yes, I like the breakout in this stock, but if it fails through that pre-market top, I'm always going to be trading this little rollover off the open. So you catch a nice little 15-cent retracement, still holding on to half of it to see if it retests that low. This is where you try to get that 20 to 40-cent winner on that name. Missed. Coming back in, and at some point you are going to see me short this stock. It's just not there yet.
We need to have one like this, but it's actually the market. Because I'm coming for you, market. Not Brendan. I'm not coming for Brendan. Brendan's a good guy. But I'm coming for the market. And we are taking all of your money, market, right now. Big time move to the upside here. We just continue to go, guys. What up, Wayne? Thank you so much for that. A little membership join there as well. Hit up our watch list. Hit me up on Twitter as well, at TraderTV. Sean, we'll just keep going to the upside now. We did cash out there some Virgin Galactic at 20s. It goes all the way to 40. We don't get out. We'll wait to see. We're very, very light now on all of these moves. We took advantage of these early market moves for sure. Right now, BABA positive, CCL positive, Microsoft positive, Space positive. The only problem right now is this 50-cent winner right now on AMD. Good thing we just took some out in the 60s there. But right now, we're pretty light on it. We have about 25% of this trade left, but now it's coming back, fading down AMD. Good thing we hit that ride to the upside, guys.
Yeah, I'm going to knock on some wood. Don't have any troubles yet, but I might create some for myself as I'm going to take another crack at Twitter. My top stock so far this morning was catching that rollover at 39, so it's been some retracement plays that have done me well. Getting out in front of this 38 level, talked about the reasons why. It's now trying to break back up. I do still believe in a break long side at 39. I will be doing that regardless, but I will take one more shot for smaller size the second time through. Each time it tests a level, I like it a little bit less. I get a bit more picky. Brendan, what do you got for us?
Remark Holding, guys, one from way back when. We were trading this thing way back here, I believe it was, but Remark Holdings popping up up on a volume scanner here today. 2.5 times relative volume. Just tried to take out day highs there and failed. But relative volume on Mark today, guys.
Mark, eh? Okay. It's amazing, man. Twitter, like, it's too bad we had those order execution issues straight off the open there, because I loved this Twitter 38.50 break, and then now it looks like we may test 39 to the upside here on TWTR. Watch out for this break, guys. I'm going to go long right now, I think. And space going now as well. Yeah, everything moving out to the upside. Watch out, Twitter here, 39, guys.
Yeah, here's that 39 as well, guys. So I've taken my second crack at it, and if it goes through, I'm going to be reversing very, very quickly to the long trade. Missed break-even stop at that 850 level, so that's basically where I was long. You're going to take that last third and roll it. There's the break on Twitter, so we just reversed in the long, got 04s to the upside. First stop, remember pre-market top? It turned around at 40 even, so I will be taking profit on the way here. And I'm looking for a hopeful, I'm not hoping for a fake out, but if it does give you one, let's catch about 38.80 will be the limit to where I will take it on any kind of a pullback, guys. Twitter to the long side, in the money 20 cents, I want more.
Yeah, I don't need more. I have too many shares. We're taking out right now, some at 20. Nice little out right there. Let's just keep going on this one. Just another winner right now, long 39. I'm with Neil, though. I still think we can get up here, 39.60 or so, but we just took off 20% up there at 20. So where am I even long? I don't even know. 04, so same as you, Neil. Took a little bit out there at 20, so we'll take that 15-cent win and just move on from Twitter. We still have it. We are going to hold this. I don't mind this little VWAP spot here, 38.50, but need this one to go. AMD coming back, space still upside right now. Twitter going and Softy coming back in, guys.
Yeah, and I still don't want to get away from Pfizer, but it actually did do a bit of a consolidation, just like we were sort of, I mean, I wasn't necessarily hoping that Pfizer would give you the consolidation, but it does grant me an entry point here, which I'm going to go ahead and take in the mid-30s, as I said I would. It's still going to be a break long at 39.50. Let's not worry too much about that. I like it to the long side. I will take it if you get a break. But if it doesn't take out this level, all this move to the upside is a potential retracement idea for me. So I'm starting here at 39.34. Position board is absolutely correct there. Short Twitter, we grabbed that nice little long at 39.05 is my average price now, as I caught a little bit of a pullback above my original entry point. So we're adding to that position if we can.
Yeah, we're in the money, everything right now. The only short that we have, I hope it's correct on the board. Yeah, sure it is this CCL. And I've been getting out of it, man. I mean, this was a great little short there. It hasn't really gone against us. I just don't know. I mean, I can't be long everything and then short CCL and hope that the market goes down because my other positions will get crushed if that does happen. But we are, the only losing position I have on right this second is Twitter. We've already taken out, that's why we cash out there, guys. 40+% of our position has been cashed out already for that chicken dinner winner here on Twitter. Now it's back into the money, so this is kind of the roller coaster that we are talking about. Softy, 80 cents in the money on this big stick, and then right here, space. We're light on it right now, but big time trade alerts here, guys. I hope your day is as bullish as mine, and you're able to make some of that money. Thank you so much for all the memberships. What up, B?
Another earnings name, guys. Western Digital having quite the day as well. 44 up to 46 now in a straight line. Big time volume behind this. They reported aftermarket yesterday. Decent report. They make hard drives and storage devices. WDC on the run, guys.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a test here for MIST coming back in. I talked about that break-even stop. We took a little breakout, wanting more than just that 9.30 move that it put in. If it can't hold this 760, look for a short opportunity. If it bases out here in front of it, that's going to be a sort of a reload chance for the long trade on MIST. It's up 140%. Doesn't mean it can't go anymore. I want to quickly jump over to that IBIO. I only had those 4 positions on. IBIO was one of the shorts that we're working with. He did take profit earlier on a bit of a move or flush to the downside. I got close to the bottom wick, but it's reload time, guys. It's going to be a long break if it gets past that 722, 725-ish mark. But for now, we're looking at that reload in IBIO. You want to be patient with these, and I'm not willing to take prices, down around that 6. I want to make sure we're testing it a little bit more picky of a price the second time through, just a way to manage your risk. If it does come back down to 585, 590, we'll take profit off once again.
Yeah, and bang, there it is again, guys, another catapult. Again, come with me and we will take you to that promised land. You just have to put up with some of these graphics that we have here as we go. Look at this, CCL, ho-hum, just another winner. Everything on board right now, a winner. Look at this, 30 cents on AMD. 5 cents on CCL, that's nothing. 70 cents on Softy, 65 cents here on Space. And then Twitter, bouncing around, but we're long at 39.04. So we're going to give that one all the way back here to 38.50. That's that little VWAP spot there. We're going to give it to just a little bit lower than that, but I do think Twitter comes back to the upside, looking for 39.50 here. So we'll see what happens there. And there goes Space. We talked about that one. I hope you had it. Everyone on the chat, and I even see on Twitter right now, people asking for the chicken dinner winner. There it is. So you get that one. If you like chicken, great. Today's more like a filet mignon type of day. We are going upside 27.60. You know what? Screw that. Get out those Alaskan king crabs. I'm coming home. It's a catapult kind of day. Let's go.
A little bit of a roll starting to happen in Pfizer. We did talk about the reasons why we're going to short in front of that top. It's still going to be, like I said, it's always going to be that long through that top end break, but you catch the consolidation. If it breaks a quarter, we'll start to take some profit out on that short side opportunity. I also reloaded in IBIO. We got that one to you, but I wanted to check it back in on American Airlines. You got to go to that airline space. It does make a bit of a bottom here. Thank you very much for the reload, Valeria, on the coffee. We're going to need it today with all this action. It does make that bottom. We just talked about it at 11 even, so it is rounding into a consolidation a little bit higher, trying to make a bounce. I would just watch out. You may only get 20-30 cents out of a play here. So if it breaks at 11.20, look for a nice little 20-30 cent move. There goes Pfizer to the downside. I really want to be long you, Pfizer, but you're not giving me the opportunity. It looks like the short's going to be the win for me.
It's a hydration nation time. Yeah, we're going to get hydrated up here. Guys, we could just relax. I mean, again, we could be done right now on the day. You see the profits that we've been taking here. We're not going to be done. We'll look at Tesla. We'll look at everything, but I'm trying to do this gallon a day type thing here. And again, because I talk too much, we need to get some more water pumping through the veins right now. We can see clearly, man, ever since we started this, no negative days, man. 4 negative days in the last 40. So let's just keep going, guys. Where did you find that jug? Amazon. I'm not going to lie. My wife did it. She found it. So let's keep going on that one. You can see, look at this space. The final frontier, guys, just keeps on going up, 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 and away. Welcome to another profitable trade there. Pigs get slaughtered. We took too many out, though. But right now, space upside. Yeah, whatever. I'm going to drink this. Neil, Brendan, someone take it away.
Yeah, the little Twitter move here, it's just basically giving you this consolidation. I'm not going to be on that dip anymore. I don't like the teetering that we're seeing. We can just hang on to what we have. This is not a setup for where I'm going to be adding. We already have a couple of entries around this 39. It's either going to go through 20 or it's going to be one of those binary situations back through 80 where you're risking 20 cents to hope to make more than that. So no dip buy for me in this situation. Just going to give you a quick update on that one. Pfizer, we just took some profit out to the short side. Just the first 20% of it here. Looking to see if we can't get a move down into VWAP. We'll take some out there and then some more out. Probably most of it if we get down to 39. This is a 39.35 short in front of that 50 level where it is going to be a long break whenever that does happen. Unless it happens at 4 o'clock because we're day trading and we're not going to be holding overnight. But there goes Pfizer to the downside. This is very much like yesterday. And I will note, for at least for myself personally, just sort of thinking out loud here, my better trade was the long after the short. So I am sort of geared in the back of my mind looking for a bottom on Pfizer. But for right now, we're just going to bag this 20-cent win. We've got 2/3 of left on. Once it breaks VWAP, we'll take the rest out in front of 39, guys.
Okay, we're going to drop Microsoft if it breaks through 209. We didn't take anything out on the top side. Should have, but again, we're just holding that last 10%, seeing, I guess that was a good move. We should have probably taken some out there at 210.98. Probably a good idea. Okay, AMD still, guys. We're still rocking and rolling with AMD. Is this Twitter? AMD? Yeah, AMD. We are long and in the money and in charge on this stock, guys. This is a 70-cent winner. 65-cent winner right now. Well, if it keeps going up, it'll be 70 cents soon. But AMD now back to the top side where we've gotten some out. We did get some out there on a possible 61 break, but that doesn't happen. Now we start ripping upside huge here on AMD. Yeah, big time moves happening right now. And what's happening right now is Brendan also at the big screen.
Hey guys, yeah, 10 o'clock. Let's have a look at North American markets here. A bit of a muted session so far. We were talking about a little negativity in the pre-market. We got positive. We're back to the downside again. S&P 500 just kind of teetering right at that break-even mark. The Dow, 0.2% to the downside. NASDAQ, same story. It was positive, came back into negative territory. We're kind of at break-even right now. The Russell here, just positive, 0.24%. The TSX in Toronto, same story, flat. We have BOVESPA, Brazil shares to the upside today, 0.4%. Down in Brazil. A couple of things moving around here in Toronto. Some energy names back to the downside today. Enbridge, big flush off the open, 42.15 down to about 41.85. It's trying to get back up, but energy names are struggling today. This is an earnings play. Loblaw is popping up on a volume chart today in Toronto. 1.75%, nice look after a beat for Loblaw. Is everybody buying lots of food here in Canada? CGC, weed, depending on where you're trading it, to the downside. Yeah, cannabis names right across the board. A little weak today. So we've been from 23.15 down to 22.75 right now, consolidating at day lows for some of the cannabis names. Overall, though, a little bit more weakness than expected, I think, guys, right across the board. Back over to you.
And I'm going to go with this one. I haven't hit it yet. It's a lot of fun to slay the dragon. The beast is not Brendan. It is day trading in Pfizer for me, at least. We did just take a bunch out on that little roll past VWAP, which you mentioned. I still have about a third of the position on that I think we're going to let this run back up to the quarter at least, and then maybe testing all the way down to 39 even, where I will be flat on the trade once it hits that price. I'll probably take at least one more shot in front of the 50 before thinking about the reversal long. So Pfizer is a good one. I'll knock on this fake wood. I'm not even sure it's a real wood table. It is what it is. I'll knock on that fake wood that we don't have a hit today, but I'm watching this IBIO reload and having some trouble getting past this 95. And again, I'm only short here at 606 as an average price, 606 half there. So I got to make sure I'm taking 10, 15 cents profit on the first leg and then more than that downside, because you're risking that to that high break at 622. You want to make sure you can catch it. I mentioned on Twitter I was going to wait till we got to the quarters to take any out. And there it goes, guys. So Twitter finally making another push to the upside, which we're really, really looking for. First third is going to be out for me here. It was a fantastic short the first time. We caught almost $1 winner on that, about a 90-cent win on Twitter. Now we're looking upside. It's this next pre-market high. They'll be watching that 40 break. And then remember on the daily chart, we're talking about 41. I'm not saying we get there today, but if you're looking to swing into it, that could be an ultimate target for you, at least in the couple coming days and weeks.
And I love that super chat there. I see you, Michelle, loving space. You're loving space. I'm loving space as well. Thank you so much for that, Laura. Lemonade and Overstock, we can have a look at those too for you in a minute. But right now, guys, 79 cents on in the money right now on space, holding our last 10%. Actually more, about 15% on that one. Twitter, still, man, this is another name, guys. We flossed this one off as much as we can. I would have been long 38.50 as well, but we do take 39s. One time in, guys, and then we'll wait to see. That's sort of how I do. There goes space again, wow. And CCL, guys, the two stocks that I destroy pretty much almost every day. What up to our traders to be able to see that. We catapult ourselves on CCL today, just taking some 81s off of a 90 short. Decent, Brandon?
The range in BNTX, worth noting here, guys. What a move this thing's had already. 105 here in the pre-market, had a consolidation. Got all the way down here to 94, and now we're back to 100. So $5-6 at a time right now for BNTX, guys.
Yeah, I'm just noting this, Lemonade, that we are looking into this. It's been a very, very sleepy stock, and it's only done 300,000 shares. Very, very, very light since having that IPO, but it did make a nice little ramp upside. I don't know if there's any news, but it's only 300,000 shares, so it's just not a heck of a lot of interest. It is worth noting it is starting to make a bit of a move in trend-wise to the upside, and I'll be watching at least in the coming days for about an 88 area break. It's a hard top there at $100. We saw a double test and then just big time retracement. So if it does get up there again, at least for a day trade, I will be taking a shot shorting through 100. I think next time it probably does get to 97, 98, which it didn't do the last time through. So for me on Lemonade, it's going to be a pass as a day trade. 88 break will be interesting at some point if it happens the next couple of days. I'm not sure it gets there today.
We just took out half of what we had left there on space at 23.13. Just nervous that it breaks this little consolidation area right there. So we take out a half. Now we can let this thing go and wherever it wants to. We're basically, I've already cashed in on that one. So space, a good one. We'll hit the cheer button there for everybody. And guys, thank you again for all the love and everything on Twitter. We're pretty huge already on that one. Follow me on Instagram if you do want, but it's been big, guys. Also, make sure you hit that like and that subscribe button. And a very important thing coming up after. Yeah, we'll do that first, and then we'll do the aftermarket. Coming up on Market Wisdom, guys, 11:55 today. Momentum trading, kind of what I do. You're going to see right here trading breakouts. Kind of what I do. Watch the video, guys, if you want to learn to destroy the markets like we're kind of doing here today. That's coming up at 11:55. Our girl Valeria will be dropping that one, so pay attention. And if you're not paying attention to that one, at least pay attention to this one. Bang! It's Twitter time. Brendan can be Twitter here, and we're running after Twitter. Great trade on this name, guys. Again, you know, when we take out a level like 39, we bring out that big stick. Our best out right now, 31 on Twitter. Let's let this one keep going. I should take some profits, though, on AMD. This is my only negative stock today. We almost made it all the way back. I don't know if 62 actually happened. That would have been a good trade. Let's take some out. Let's get out of half of our trade right now on AMD.
Yeah, just got what might be, at least very, very short term, the top wick there for me on Twitter at 37s. That's the second leg I'll take out, sort of sitting out that little chop range that we had. It was bigger moves off the morning, but that can be expected. Let's see if we can't round the rest of this through 50 in towards that 40 high, and then we can catch some of the types of wins that we had on the short side trade. Nice pivot price at 39. It was good for a short in front. It was good for a long reversal at that same price. Let's see if we can't keep going on that name. IBIO looking like it wants to take top off. I'm reversing long. First short, great. Second short, you take a little bit less and look for that break at 6/4. Brennan, what do you got?
One that reports aftermarket tonight, guys. Mattel, toy maker Mattel, up 2.8%, just popping up on a volume scanner here as we took out 1175. Day highs here, 1175 getting taken out for MAT, guys.
Just one other note on Twitter here. With the last third, I'm going to be sliding my stop back to break even. Usually when I take 2/3 of the position out or something past that halfway point, I'm likely to throw a break even stop or some kind of a trail. You don't want to turn a winning trade into a loser. I know we say that all the time, but it is worth noting if you're going to be doing these sort of stages where you're getting out of a little bit for a scalp, a little bit for a mid-range move, those types of things, I find it's usually a good idea to take a different approach when it comes to your stop as you start moving to the upside. So that's what we're going to do in Twitter. 39 break even stop for me, I'll be putting in.
Yeah, we're still waiting. I mean, we're light. I mean, we're just crushing Twitter today, guys. Almost near my #1 stock. Microsoft, though, and Virgin Galactic, both back-to-back, my #1 stocks right now. Virgin Galactic looks like it's going to break through 27. We're still long 26.54, but you can see we've dumped it all. We didn't get the ultimate high there, but I did warn you guys that I got out of the last half there. Now we're holding 10% down. 27.13 was our last out, so that was a great out right there. And here goes Twitter. Bang! That's a big one, guys. We just always talk. I don't think we have a Twitter thing here, so I'm just going to hit Apple. Why not? The tech sector's blowing upside here. Twitter, great little trade there, up to 39.60. Let's dump half of what we have. Why not? This has been a fantastic trade. Just really wish we would have got that 38.50 love down here that we liked. But right now, Twitter, what a winner. We're at our highest spot we were at today after getting destroyed off that first AMD trade.
Yeah, watch out for Solo. I mean, we talked about the entire electric car space. I mentioned how Solo was up 10%. Well, it's up 10% again, guys. Just another volume spike breaking through this sort of $370 area, not $37. If it does want to pull back and give you consolidation here for a second run, hopefully through that high day at 385, I'll be taking my crack in front of 360, probably starting right here at 370, 368 or so. Twitter just turned around after breaking 50. I had an order up around 80 to see if we could catch a 70-cent win in front of that that $40 area. I'm not going to be taking a pullback trade in this one of my stop is at break even. We're either going to get a 60, 70, 80 cents on it, or we're going to get break even on that last little third. So a bit of a binary look for me. But here comes Solo back in. The market is rather muted, sliding back to 10,800. But if we can catch a 370 pullback on Solo, we'll go ahead and do that.
Okay, we're going short Microsoft right here, breaking this little level. This is a very, very light trade. I hate shorting this name. So we'll wait to see if this one wants to go down. Very, very light. We're only going to give it back to 209 and change. But right now, bang! Even when we short. Uh-oh, I hit the table again and this thing disconnected, guys. Even when we hit the short, bang! A nice winner, guys. 40 cents in the money off this Microsoft trade. Big time movements and big time winners for your boy. We're going both ways now. CCL, 12 cents in the money. Microsoft, 30 cents in the money. Twitter coming back down, but we got some out there 41s. We missed the 60s, like we said, but there goes Softy. Let's go, guys. Just another trade, and we are crushing this thing. Big time cowbells all over the place. What a day. What a day.
So watch out. If you guys are watching NIO, I know I haven't traded. I'm not sure if Sean has been into NEO today, but it did make a bit of a bottom here, 1220. A couple of times it's sliding back down towards that low. I think if it gives you some consolidation, I'll take a scalp shot at this one up to that 1250 area. But first it has to hold. Hasn't done it yet. This might also end up being a 1218, which is a low right now. That'll be the break. So 1220, 1218, 1215, whatever you like. If bottom gets taken out, quick little scalp into 12 even. It's already 1010. Time does fly around here. We need to get some upgrades and downgrades, guys. Let's go to the big screen with Brendan.
Hey guys, yeah, we'll get you a few more symbols to have a look at so far today. Upgrades on this side, downgrades over there. Yeah, Tesla with 4 or 5 different rating agencies increasing price target on Tesla today. But yeah, to the downside, Marathon Oil, Bloomin' Brands, Apache. Few in the energy group here today to talk about, including Devon over there. I'll show you that one in a second. Kraft Heinz, pretty negative off the open. And Microsoft, obviously, we've been discussing Microsoft a little bit. Here's Tesla, yeah, straight to the downside. 1680 held up there. We're all the way down to 1560, taking out these lows at the moment. Volume very high on Tesla so far this morning as well. Here's Devon Energy, same kind of thing. Failed here at 11 twice and then breaking 2 day lows on that name as well, guys. So looks pretty negative as far as momentum so far. Back over to you.
Yeah, and that's why we cash out of some of our CCL. Look at this trade, guys. I'm going to tweet this one out. I have to. CCL, the only short stock that we've had all day, guys. And we're just reining that in. Oh, yeah. And check out Microsoft. Bang on that one. More chicken dinner winners for you guys. Look at this trade. We were short right here, guys. 208.55. Wow. Big time move downside. Look, we just keep on doing it, guys. Join us every single day. This is the energy that I'm bringing. Oh yeah, and winners. Let's get those pockets fatter and fatter, guys.
Yeah, if you want some levels to be watching off of here, we already took this one time. We gave this to you in front of Pfizer at 39.50. Great long break trade. Can't be married to one direction, guys. Rollover at 40s. It just did it again. I'm still taking shares off in front of VWAP, below VWAP, and then rolling into a long if it happens. But if it doesn't, you don't want to be caught with your pants down and not able to trade it. Biases can get you into a little bit of trouble there. IBIO just took the top off. So as much as we had a good short that we cashed on, like I just said, you can't be too biased. You got to be able to reverse to the long. It's a top end break. I said I would take the long when it broke. We just grabbed it here. Got slipped to 28. First leg, of course, we'll be taking some shares off in front of 50s. You know the drill, guys. Pullback would give you about to those teens. If it gives you consolidation, might be a secondary push. So far, it's only one direction off the break, and it's to the upside. IBIO, guys, long here. Pfizer, I'm still taking some out of profit. And finally, TNXP starting to roll to the downside, but I've been hanging on to it. It's every day I trade that, I'm holding it all afternoon, all morning long for a winning trade. It'll be a slower mover, but I like throwing those ones in there for you guys. Brendan, what do you got?
We saw CODX, guys, break out of that daily consolidation a couple days back. We were talking about it breaking above this high through $20. We're at $22.25 now for CODX, another 5.5% today. Volume not great, but on the march higher once again for Codex, guys.
Ooh, Codex, good name there. CCL right here, just tweeting this out, guys. Follow me at Trader TV, Sean. Great short, the only one we've had, just took some out there, 70, and almost out of that trade. Here it is, at Trader TV, Sean. Wow, 5,100 followers. Thanks for all the love, guys. Big time stuff happening right there. But yeah, right now, Microsoft 23, sorry, get this out of my face. 23 cents now in the money off this short here. We actually shorted it twice. That's why it's only 23 cents. It's actually closer to $1 in the money right now on this name. So Softy keeps going. It is $1 in the money. Keeps going downside. We've cashed in long. Now we're cashing in short on this guy. What a big trade here today, guys. That is Microsoft. We've hammered it long. Should have took it out at the max, but now we're riding this short to the downside, guys. What up, B?
Tilray, guys. Just seeing Tilray popping up on a volume scanner here. We're kind of in this range from the past couple of days, but big volume spike here for Tilray. Going to check into TLRY, guys.
Yeah, what's up with that? Good little move there. CCL, we just tweeted that out. Follow me, of course, but here we go. Breaking through 70. Let's see how far that can go. We could break this down here to like a 10-minute chart and see what CCL looks like going backwards. Yeah, we haven't been here. Here's 10 minutes. We haven't been here in a while. This is why we love that 1490 level. 1479 a couple days ago was key. The very bottom, though, 1423. A little bit of ways from that, but we'll wait out for maybe 1450 if we're lucky enough.
I'm going to hit this one for you guys. We'll drop the money man for you. A couple of shots you did have in Pfizer in front of that 39.50. We told you about it. We shorted it. You get out in front of that 39. It's making a test of that low. I'm just going to start thinking about where I can bottom pick, and I did say I was going to do this. I'm going to stick to be a man of my word. If we can make a firm a higher low, I will take a bit of a long in front of this 38.80. But now I need to get you guys back over to IBIO. We took the 6-quarter break. I said first stop was going to be 650. I do take the bulk of the position out in front of it. Still holding on to a quarter in case we catch a pullback into this teens. If we can take out 650, I will have some on board for the bigger move. But IBIO IBIO. That was always going to be a short into a reversal. We said over and over again, we got the reversal. It's a bigger trade than you'll catch on the short side. Brendan, what do you have for us?
Looks like a patent, guys. Global patent I'm reading here for Tilray on disintegrating films for cannabis products. Whatever on earth that is, guys.
Good job, Tilray, for that. And yeah, nice little look there. We holding out for our Twitter. It does break through 39. I gave you this VWAP out there. What up, Corey? Thank you so much for becoming a member, guys. If you can, for $5 a month, man, we're putting the show on for free, and we're making hundreds of dollars, hopefully for you as well, on this show. So we'll just continue to rock and roll here as the show must go on. But nice little win here. We reloaded Microsoft right there, 208.28, and then promptly got that out at 08 for a quick 20-cent win. Let's wait to the upside here. If it breaks 208.50, we'll get out. But we've just been playing around now with Softy. Big trade alert happening on Microsoft today. What's up, Ms. V?
Thank you, Sean, and hello, trading family. I would love to thank everyone who joined our membership. Guys, we really appreciate your support, and we'll be getting better for you each day. If you want to join our membership, you can join at the link I'm sending on the chat, or you can find join button on our homepage next to subscribe. Guys, also hit the subscribe button if you joined us for the first time, and please smash the like button. It's so important to know for us that you love what we do. And by the way, there is a small beef on the chat, so guys, you can be sure that Neil and Sean show all of their trades right now. All of them are real and with real money. That's all for now, and I'll see you later. Back to traders.
I'm not doing this for little money. Let's go, guys. Microsoft, bang again. There it is. We'll floss this off. The fun just continues. We go long here. Look at these shorts. Bang, bang, bang. Downside now, short side. Let's go, Microsoft. Another 70-cent winner. This is how we're doing it. CCL, 17 cents. That's Fannie Mae, wrong stock. CCL, 17 cents. Now down to the downside here. Space, we're waiting for that, man. 26.50. We'll take this all the way back down to break even. We've destroyed that stock. It's actually, that and Microsoft are my number 1 and 2 stocks here. That's what we've got. The board is correct. 2 shorts, 2 longs right now, guys. Big time day.
Yeah, I got IBIO to the long side. Of course, it had that fantastic break. It got to 50. It very, very briefly broke 50. I did add to that position. 40 is my average price. I want to take you back to TNXP. Of course, it's going to show me in the money here. I can apologize for this. We did have an execution issue this morning, so I did get a fill that was very, very late. Look, you can't get fill when it's not trading at that price, so try to ignore that. It is coming back down towards the lows. I'm going to take some out in front of this 140 area, but ultimately, my target is going to be this low a day at 135. Pre-market low was 130. I think we have a shot at that as well. So TNXP, I've been hanging on it this entire time. It's starting to work down below VWAP. Very similar to what I did yesterday. We'll be shorting pops up to 160. I'll be getting out in front of 140 and then rinse and repeat over and over again as much as we can take advantage of the range.
Yeah, good look here, guys. Yeah, everything falling down right now. The market especially falling down. Space, we're still waiting for that level. Has not come through yet. Twitter on the downside right now. We did rinse that out. So 38.50 will be our kill spot there for Twitter. Looking like it wants to go down. But I still believe in this name. We are bouncing off VWAP a little bit. I'm not going to re-add, though. We're just going to hold on to this last 10% if it does come downside. Twitter's going to be a winner. It can't be a loser at this point. So let's just see how far this name wants to go, guys.
Yeah, I got to update you guys. I did take my Twitter on that break even when it came back to 39, but we mentioned some of these, and always tune in, guys, if you can, by 9 o'clock. This is what it's all about. We talked about some of these levels. As Sean mentioned, we did have a few issues with execution, so there was a 30 break, which is the only thing that I liked on AT&T for this name. I said, look, if it takes that out, that might be interesting. Day trading, it has to take a big level. It's a nice little trend. It's forming to the downside, but you had to have that one. Literally at 9:30, it took out that level right at the open. So if you missed it even by a couple of seconds, it is what it is. I did, so I'll sort of chalk that one up. That's on me. It gave you another shot a few minutes later on a bit of a pullback trade that you could have had. By that point, I had moved on. We were shorting Twitter and making some money there. We're trading in Pfizer and some other names, but AT&T, certainly a missed opportunity. However, you tune in that preparation. It's got to be on your radar for earnings. Brendan gave it to you. We gave you one trade idea. It's time to go right back to Brendan for our small cap recap.
Hey guys, yeah, let's have a look at some small caps. We were mentioning a few of them in the pre-market if you joined us. One was ENTX. I talked about 3 and then 320 on ENTX as far as resistance goes. Was consolidating nicely underneath 3 going into the open. Gave you a nice little move down to about 270 to 265. Seems to be a buyer down there. It came down here a number of times and has held. We're right here right now again, down around that 270 to 265 area on ENTX. But 320 got all the way up here to 320. I was off doing other things. Wish I saw that. Give you a nice opportunity to put some back on for that move back down to 260. So ENTX, the first one. Grab my other page here, and then we can flip over. There we go. Missed. Crazy stock so far this morning. So much volume on this thing. Give you $1 if you wanted it above this high in the pre-market to 7, went all the way to 9. Got it. Has to get back below the 7. If it gets below 7, starts consolidating back below 7, we'll start looking at it to the downside. But MIST, one that might do volume all day long, guys. Back over to you.
Oh, little fly just had to swat away there, but I'm trying to swat away this miss to the downside. Brendan just mentioned it at 7. I'm going to take a shot shorting it before there. So if it breaks that 760, I think I was talking about this a little bit earlier when we took the long trade, that if it broke this 760 area, I was going to go to the short side on missed. There was $1 in there for me. I didn't take it, Brendan. Well, on the 850 break, we did hang on to some, hoping for a little bit more than that. I ended up break-even trading on it. But look, you catch 50 cents, fair enough. And I'm not going to just recklessly throw it away on the short side trade. It does need to take out this bottom. If it does want to make another move, upside 930 is the current top, but just worth noting, it's rolled over basically at the same price. This is a failed break through what was the opening range high. And when you catch those, I'm usually looking next leg short. That 760 is the price for me on MIST.
So our Microsoft there just comes out 207.90 for a 42-cent winner. So we hit the chicken dinner winner there. We do trade through Day Trade the World, guys. So if I see some questions there, I know Valeria's answering them. So if you want to look at that, daytradetheworld.com or follow me again, guys, all on Twitter. If you want to ask me any sort of questions there, my Twitter account. And again, Day Trade the World. I've been here for 18 years. So if you want to join me, wow, 5,100 followers, guys. Thanks for everything. Yesterday I had like 20 or so direct messages. Try to get to them all. So if you do want to send me something, please do that. I'm here for you guys as we keep on going and building this great community that we have. I want to thank everybody for their continued support. It's been absolutely fantastic. CCL, man. Your boy is here, is all I can say. We love CCL. Shout out to you, Jarhead, fellow Hydration Nation member. Yes, and shout out to you, Elizabeth. It was nice meeting you yesterday afternoon. But yeah, here we go. 14.55 coming to the downside here. Let's just get out, and then we'll hold our last 10%. We have 20 right now. Let's get out of CCL here now to the downside. What a banger of a trade, guys. It's just been a huge day. We're positive. We're at our highest spot all day. Considering the order executions we had and my horrible AMD trade, I'll take it, guys. Let's go.
Brennan had a fantastic trade on in the pre-market. If you guys are watching on ENTX, watch this 250 level. It did round out in the aftermarket at that price. It just put in a bottom off the open at 259. It looks like it's going to be an interesting dip buy opportunity for me. A lot of times you'll see the retracement short. I'm going to take a shot here in this consolidation, long in front of that low. That's the 258 low, 250 bottom, if you really like yesterday's levels. Either way, I might start digging into a position around this 70, risking about 20 cents, retest that 3, retest that 3/4 that we just saw about 20 minutes after the open. ENTX, first long of the day for me. I missed the short. Brennan had it great, but now it's a long trade.
Oh, Elizabeth, I'll get you that winery. I can't remember what one it was, but in Oregon there, Pinot Noir. I'm going to find out for you. And then we can maybe do a virtual toast with that. But yeah, what a great opportunity it is for all of our guest traders to come on the show. If you're interested in that, fire off an email. I think it's marketing at tradertv.live. Valeria will post that. Oh, I don't have on my Lewis Daniels watch today. Today's the Breitling. So we kind of level up a little bit right there, but Lewis Daniels been a fantastic sponsor, guys, for us, and we love you, Lewis Daniels. Thank you so much for the support. All of our guest traders for the months of July and August are going to be getting that watch, so good on you guys for that one. I have to go. Maybe I'll put it on, but the luck today with the good old Swiss has been working out, so we'll keep that on, but let's just keep on going to the upside here. Space, I don't know. We gave it all the way here to 2650. We did not get out. Still holding our last 10%. Would love this bump upside. But again, guys, thanks for all the love. We'll just keep going, guys.
I'm going to take some more of that TNXP, that tonics, and every once in a while you'll see me roll out of shares in front of that 140 range. But I want to get back to Pfizer for a brief second. I just got into ENTX, and we're looking for our next play over in Pfizer. It's trying to round out this bottom. I said we'd bottom pick. If it got a lot higher or low than 38.30, it looks like it's trying to do that here. So first stage in right now in Pfizer as it rolls back up towards 39. Brennan, what do you got?
Looking at United Microelectronics, guys. UMC, didn't see anything initially, but huge move today. A little bit thinly traded, just coming up to 2 million shares right now, but 350 just taken out there on a volume spike for UMC, guys.
All right. That's why we get out of some CCL down there is at the 50s, so that's a good one. Oh, new member alert. Thank you so much. Stop yelling bang. That will never be happening, so that's good, but thank you so much for having our membership right there. Yeah, we'll try to calm it down. Maybe they can turn down the microphone, but like I said, guys, when you're having this kind of success, guys, there it is. Oh, $2. There you go. Thank you, STFU, right there. I don't know. Our first ever member, so thank you so much for that. We will keep going, guys. I mean, I know it's the energy is why you like this show, so let's just keep this going. Upside right now, space, everything moving around. We're going to try to find more trades for you. Microsoft is my baby, so let's go back over and have a quick look at Softy today. Long here, short here, cash, just keeps on coming, guys, and busting around here. Yeah, we're looking for more opportunities. Let's just keep this party going.
Yeah, we just got that entry into Pfizer. I will take another shot at maybe if it consolidates longer, I'm going to like it a little bit more, and I'll take another shot in and around this price. So it's going to be 38.90 to 39 entry price. 38.80 is that low of the day. That's going to be where my stop is. You do see here, of course, you can't really differentiate between these green buy arrows. You just know I was covering a short here. I did get flat in front of 39, like I said. This is now working into a long trade. And, of course, I just took that ENTX in front of its low of the day. Shout out to Brendan for giving me that name. TNXP still works in the money for me. We haven't talked too much about Workhorse in general. Of course, the entire space has been got a bump off of Tesla. Workhorse back to flat and testing low, so very similar to what NEO was doing. I'm looking at that 17 level as a bit of a wall. If it gets back there, I'm likely to fade it. However, the volume is really starting to taper off. So as much as I like it, I want to see volume sustained through lunchtime if I'm ever going to be looking at that 17 seriously. Hopefully, it'll pick up a little bit. Brennan, what do you got?
I mentioned this one earlier, guys. Huge opening print on First Energy once again today. This is that Ohio bribery nuclear case that was launched. FE here, 6% to the upside. Now we're just approaching these pre-market highs above that $29 we talked about as a significant level. JP Morgan, though, with a downgrade on this stock today. Just wanted to add that and a price target cut for FE, guys.
I saw someone reference the hot dog. I'll give you the hot dog. I will be having some dogs on the barbecue, not today for opening day for baseball, tomorrow for the Toronto Blue Jays opening day. I talked about a 157 to 160 area on TNXP. If it broke, I'm reversing long. I think someone was even asking me last night about this stock, and I sort of said that this morning. We did take this short. I do apologize for this here. If you believe I can have a 141 price when it's trading at 151, good luck to you there. But I'm taking this off here for that little 10% return. I will still have half the position if it does make a move to the bottom, and then I'll be all out in front of 135. Let's see if that is the actual low. It did close at 130, so it's almost a full retracement on the gap up in TNXP. If you can catch that, you're usually going to want to take it, but it's already a nice win, and I am breaking long at 160. That's the only way I'm going to be bullish on this stock. Probably won't even buy any dips or any consolidation low. It's going to be only a breakout, possibly in the afternoon on TNXP.
Okay, TNXP. I haven't looked at any small caps today. It's been AMD type of day. CCL, we've crushed that one. Microsoft, Space, and Twitter. So the only negative stock that we have on board right now here. We traded Alibaba actually earlier today. And look at this trade, guys. 254 was our long. And I didn't even notice. I forgot about this trade here. We did get out at 253.50, so this is a slight negative stock, but oh my God, guys. Once again, I give you the big bang here, and we miss it, but it does go down against us, so it's a good out. But look at this VWAP bounce here. If you're a longer-term trader, there's Alibaba for you. Congratulations if you're able to hold that one through. I said we'd look at Softy. We're coming up to that VWAP level right here, so Microsoft, a potential long break. I already just did break. We should have got 208.50 there, and we didn't. So that was this sort of level that we shorted. We should have gone long through there. It might be a little too late. Let's see if we get a pullback to 208.50, guys.
Yeah, and I'm going to hope this isn't my bias talking when it comes to Pfizer. We have made our bottom pick here. The market's trying to hold up. I am looking at the NASDAQ that just basically held the morning bottom. Then you check over at the ES, it's actually doing the same thing above this 3260. So if Pfizer can hold it, fair enough. I'm not going to throw away everything we made on the short trade, but if it does break that low, I'm going to be out sort of reassessing. I'm not going to jump into a short break on the low. I'm just going to lick my wounds, take the 15-cent hit that we have here. We're long at 38.95. It's a play in front of the low. If the low's broken, I'm going to be done with it. I only have that ENTX to the long side in front of its low, and then TNXP, which we just showed you. I'm going to be short. It's got to break 160. I'll be short all day long, as long as we hold that 160 level, guys.
Oh, man, what a disgrace there. Got out too early on that one. CCL coming to the downside as well, but we've already cashed out some of that one. We're looking for some more names here. All right, we can go back to AMD maybe and have a quick look at that one. This is the only negative stock that we have today, so we'll wait to see. We were long, and then got hit there, but then made back more than half. We almost got the positive up here if I would have taken it out at 62, but made up half there, and now it's breaking view up. I think this is going to be a little bit too choppy for me today. Isn't today Tesla earnings? Okay, let's go over to Tesla, $15.99. We sort of ignored that one today, but we're still up. Big time stock here, 16. Oh, this is not a horrible level. 1620 on some of these wicks. You do have some consolidation here at that 1610 level that we talked about yesterday. I went long 1610 the day before, so that's turned out to be a pretty decent trade. Let's just keep this party going here. Tesla, we'll watch out for 1610 coming through, guys.
Yeah, one more for you here, YVR. We were talking, I think we did mention liquid media here at some point, and if we didn't, apologies for that. It did make a ridiculous gap to the upside. It was up 100% at one point in the pre-market, giving half of it back here so far, but it's managed to hold since the open, and now a higher low at this 230 mark. I want to see if it can hold this price. If it can, you take a quick little long, hoping to get back to this 250 to 270 range to give you a nice little win. Just keep in mind, it's going to be a hard stop for me at about 232 quarter. I don't want it retracing that low. I'm bottom picking on a couple of names already. Yes, it's a small cap. It's going to fly by its own seat here. It doesn't care too much about what the futures do. But I'm going to take a shot in YVR. If it ever breaks this bottom, you'll see me short at about 210 if it does go. But for now, it's going to be a long trade on this small cap. It's given 50% back. It's making a decent consolidation. The risk reward's okay. Liquidity's fantastic at about 40 million shares here. Thank you. Gino Fast, good to see you back here. Tilray is on the board today, and wow, yeah, holy Tesla. But it is starting to come back in a little bit. We're watching if it ever retests that 1550 to 1560 area. I want to thank you for that super chat, Gino. Brennan, what do you got?
Guys, LX down big time today, 13%. Just seeing a huge bid though, 920 on the level 2. There's a monster bid holding this thing back above 9. It looks like it started down around 9, but LX, big move down, but trying to come back up, guys.
You say LX, that's on the NASDAQ, so I mean, I'm going to be all over. Look, anytime you see Brendan come in with some names here, we go over all the stocks that are on our watch list and everything that's on my little my little board here. I have my iPad that I'm making my notes, but believe me, we're going to miss some things. That's going to be 100%. And there goes, it is what it is. I'm going to hit the roller coaster ride that has been Pfizer. I tried a bottom pick. Our first read was that little short in front of 39.50. It's not going to work out for me. We talked about the winners and the losers, so I will cover that for 17-cent hit, some slippage after that 15-cent break. But here's this LX, and I want to talk about a little bit. You have sustained volume, which I like. Just got a nice little spike up. It does seem to me like I'm going to usually like a rollover when you get this kind of a range. So between 920 and 950, if it's going to hold and consolidate here, it's probably going to be a short for me playing with this. But it's down 13%. For those of you unfamiliar, that means it is short sell restricted. You cannot hit that bid to the downside without an uptick. Otherwise, you are sort of looking to short pops. So as it enters this range, I'm looking to see if it holds that 20 to 50. If it does, once it starts rolling back to the downside, call it like a 910 to 920 break. I'll be looking for that one short as long as we got those locates, which I do have to make sure of first. YVR, I just gave you guys liquid media, and I just got into that one at 239 in front of a 230 area. So that and TNXP are the two positions I have on. Unfortunately, Pfizer rolled to the downside on me. And speaking of roll to the downside, I am still looking at missed short. If it breaks 760, I'm not going to wait around for 7 even. That's going to be the break I'm looking for to the downside on missed.
We had some problems with the cameras, but we're back, I think. Oh, it's gone again. Yes, we only have these few. Hey, guys, just do my screen. It doesn't matter. Okay, space going to the upside right now. Back. The only positions we have on is this, and then the banger on CCL, which is actually right near the day's low now on CCL coming through. So, yeah, I think it's our shoddy power cable situation down here, but we can definitely try to get that to work for you guys in a minute. I did want to check in on Macy's as well. Macy's, again, the beat-up retailer. We smoked that one yesterday on this same trade. It was a 640 break yesterday. Wish I would have saw that again today. We could have been short right now on Macy's, but we do miss it. So more to come there with Macy's, hopefully more to come, and we can get that little break. Yesterday, I think the bottom, yeah, okay, this does look like the bottom. Let me just break this down to a 3-minute chart if I can, real quick here. 630, 631, 630, yeah, okay, so if we can get a 630 break, let's do that. I'm gonna check a daily chart quickly just to make sure that we are cool here on Macy's. Oh, that's way down. What is this level? 598. Yeah, 630, I guess, is not really a level, guys. 630, 633. We'll wait to see on Macy's, but not a horrible opportunity to short through there. 630. We may take a stab on that. Oh, Tilray, before we go back here, guys. Tilray, NASDAQ. NQ. Okay, 33s. I should be going long here soon. We're waiting for Tilray to break. If we get a 34 print, we'll go long here on Tilray right now. I like this little break. We did talk about that big spike on the news up to 34. So right now, Tilray looking to go long if we break through 35 here, guys.
Yeah, just very quickly, IBIO going to take our second shot at this one to the long side. Anyways, we've already traded it for a nice win short, and then we got a nice little breakout trade. Now, we actually had to get a break even out on a retracement. It just bounced off VWAP here, but also off this chop area, 615, 620 on the way up that you saw. So I just jumped in here at 24, sort of waiting for this little range to be made. We'll see if we can't take some of it out in front of high day and see if we get a bigger move on IBIO. I also have YVR. I don't want to mix those two up here, to the long side off of a 230. So 239 long on that, and a 624 long on IBIO. Brennan, what do you got for us?
We mentioned volume basically vanished on this MXC today. Huge move yesterday on monster volume, but a little downtick here. We're coming back into day lows for MXC. Still very thinly traded though, but worth noting, guys, almost day lows for this one.
Yeah. I would be playing this one, but like 590,000 in volume, you know, the spread, I've seen it bigger than this 8 cents that we're looking at right now. As much as it was a crazy mover yesterday, it was on absolutely nothing, and sort of sense and sensibility has come back into it, at least in the short term. So I'm going to be staying away from MXC today. I think MIST is going to be the one I'm hunting for just a little bit, but I just mentioned IBIO to you, already breaking towards the upside. It's going to give you a quick little 10-cent scalp, which you know I'm going to be taking on a name like this, $10 stock, sorry, $6 stock. I'll be taking that first out on IBIO, working it out all the way up to that 650. Brennan, what do you have again?
We were talking over the past couple of days, guys, about the move in silver and gold to the upside. Here's a little ETF, AGQ. This is a silver ETF. Yeah, negative on the day, but here we go again. Just popped up on a volume scanner through 44 there, moving back to the upside. So 1, 2, 3 days to the upside on the daily chart. First kind of red day, but looking strong once again. 44.40 was that pre-market high, guys.
Yeah, that's a good look there. And one name that you did mention this, and Codex, of course, is a stock that we've traded in the past, about to try to test the high. It did make that move that you mentioned, bit of parabolic to the upside. Now let's see if it, look, it's already doing some consolidation here off of that 23.45 high. So I'm going to be putting in a 23.50 area break. I'm also going to be taking a retracement trade on Codex in front of it. Look, you're basically risking almost nothing. And if it does break the top off, I'm likely to be going long anyways, unless I somehow, execution drops or I miss that trade. Either way, it's a 23.50 break for me, not the 45 high, and I'll dip into a quick little short once it starts to roll over. Watch out for Codex. It might just take the top off before we can even think about that short.
But it's bad power bars here, so we're going to get that fixed up, and hopefully this comes back very, very soon. Eric, you talked about this price target here on Tilray. We're long 34s, so right now it's at 38. So we're not going to, I mean, we could take 4 pennies on the trade. Again, you could trade more shares. This is only a $7 name here, so we're going to give it all the way to here. My first out, hopefully, will be in the mid to late 40s, and then we'll see if we take out that top. Interesting new product there. We'll see. I mean, if it can get some excitement behind it, then we'll see. Maybe I have to make a call out quickly to Weed Batman, and he'll come through and give us some advice on that. He's a fictional character I made up, so don't expect to see any Weed Batmans up in the building, because right now we are on that one right here. So we'll see right now, see how high it can go up. We could take some out because we have a decent amount of shares. We could take some out for 5 or 6 pennies, but we will wait to see. Yo, what up to everybody, guys? Thank you so much for Marlon. Thank you so much to Joe D. And again, I can't say enough to Gino Fastman. You guys have been there. Holy Tesla, Batman. There it is. There's Batman, Cannabis Batman for you there. Let's see how high this wants to go up. Right now, we're just in Virgin Galactic to the long side. That's been a good trade. And then we do have Tilray also to the long side. My out on here is just this break down here through this consolidation down at 714, 715. That is Tilray, guys.
Yeah, gonna hit the little Superman action. It's basically like rinsing and reloading all over the place in IBIO. First short, reversing to a long, and another long here. We talked about taking some out in front of that first little 10-cent move into 650. We're gonna go ahead and do that. If it comes back down to VWAP, we'll reload one more time. If it breaks, we'll be out of it. But look, it is already 10:40. That second hour, it seems like it's flying by here. It is time to get over to Brendan. We got to get to our sector watch. So let's go to the big screen.
Hey guys, yeah, that time let's have a look at the overall S&P 500. You can see we're back to, once again, negative territory, kind of flip-flopping back and forth through break-even, down 0.04%. Very, very mixed board so far today, right across the entire market. As far as negativity goes, we'll have a look at this group first. Consumer discretionary stocks are in the red. All of the hotels, all of the cruise lines in negative territory so far today. NCLH, RCL, and CCL. To name a few, there's LVS. They reported 5%, MGM 4% to the downside following that. So all of these kind of offsetting this positivity up here. This group is in negative territory. Information technology stocks, WDC, we talked about that very early on this morning, 6% to the upside. Micron today popping up. AMD's been strong. Micron getting its day in the sun here, 2.5% back to the upside. But Western Digital and then CTXS, that was an earnings name, 6.5% in negative territory. Way over in the corner there, energy stocks are in the red. We had oil back to the downside today. Real estate stocks also adding some negative pressure so far today. As far as strength, you want to look at this group here, healthcare stocks. Once again, WST and DHR really standing out as relatively strong today. ALGN, we talked about to the downside, 2.7%. Mylan, though, 2.7% as well, also to the downside. So there's a lot more providing some negative pressure than offsetting to the upside at the moment. Hershey's reported there 4% to the upside for HSY. KMB another one to point out there, 3% overall in positive territory. A lot of individual names to the upside, a lot of individual names to the downside. That usually results in a basically flat market, negative 0.05%. Guys, back over to you.
Thank you, Brendan. I got to hit this when we come from Brendan here, so we'll go yeehaw on this little Codex trade. I know we're going over it very rapidly. I did say it was trying to make that double top here. 2350 was the level. Look, if it puts in this high and it's 45s, I'm always going to give it to that round number, that 50. Once it rolled over, I wait till it makes the test and fails. I jump into the short trade there at 2340. We take some out for 25 pennies. We'll scalp some out here at this next level for about 50 to 60 cents, whatever we can get. When I make that trade, I'm not hoping to hit a home run. It's a bullish stock. It's an upward trend. I'm just going to hit that nice little double, comfortable trade there. You're only risking 5 to 10 cents plus slippage. I'm reversing long anyways at 2350, but you're able to catch that nice little win, similar to what we're doing in some of these other names like IBIO, or I'm going to try here in at some point TNXP if it ever took 160, but it just keeps working in the money for us. So I slide in, I slide out on Codex. We're only in this trade for about 4 minutes, and you're already taking a nice win to the short side. I do still maintain that if it takes out 2350, I'm going to be going long. If it happens now at lunchtime, 1:30, 2 o'clock, we'll take it whenever it does. If it does also consolidate at one of these chop ranges, I think you can take a shot there too. You can call that 2240 to 2250. But for now, we go to in and out. We're one and done on Codex. It's a nice little trade there that I like to be able to put on. I do want to update you on what has happened in TNXP. I did just mention I will be short this name as long as it holds that 160 top, guys. The next leg to the downside is 140 breaking, and we'll take some off in front of the low of the day. It is a long break all day for me at 157, 160 break. So that's a range where you're looking at it to break. And I always like that even just a little bit more. So another win there for you in Codex, but don't get too far away from TNXP. As it slides back up, I'll load one time in the mid-50s, looking for that top end breakout at 160, guys.
Okay, so power issues resolved. Thank you so much for the IT team here. I put my mic back on. We reload a little bit of coffee. And yeah, we do have our fruit salad here, so there's still time for that. We can hit it now, but we'll wait on fruit salad. We are slightly off our highest of the day here. I did want to give you guys another look, and this is kind of the missed opportunity for me here on Alibaba. We just got a little too excited here, and it's not even like it was early. It was 9:45. This is a 3-minute chart. Let's put back to the one. I have a look at what it's doing right now, but this trade was a little bit misplaced, I guess. It was a big run up here, and it came back. We should have waited for VWAP, so we'll put that.
Mike.
Oh, my mic. Yeah, okay, exactly. My mic is fine, but I guess it's all right. Now we're fine. I just did want to give you guys a quick update here on Alibaba. 254 and change. This was a missed opportunity, guys. We should have waited down here for VWAP. Is everything fine? Okay, I'm just hearing mad stuff in the background. So, okay, we'll just move on from this. But Alibaba right now is a good one. We'll check out MIST. I haven't traded MIST yet today. It just keeps on going upside, though. Up now. How much is this up? 150%. Its blowout top was 925. Let's see if it can't take out 860 again, and we may go long. Actually, I actually like it a little bit better, 875, guys, on MIST.
Yeah, you know, it's not just the name of interesting movie and show, and also a Stephen King title, but it's going to be tradable here. It just made a bit of a volume spike here, Sean. So if you're looking for that breakout on MIST, I was watching the high of the day. I also wanted to short through a 760, but it looks like it's trying to make that move right now. It goes through 860. It did stall there at 9 even, and I like the top end break, which hasn't happened just yet in MIST. But watch out, another volume spike here, MIST. The good thing about it, crossing 100 million shares, sustaining volume. These are the types of ones that you can usually trade throughout the rest of the day. However, if it does maintain this level of volume, it's going to start getting a little bit choppy when it churns through that next 100 million. We've seen this in the past when Genius Brands made moves like this and we're doing this type of volume. When it sustains it, the ranges start to tighten up a little bit. So I'm watching for the top end break. That 760 might not come into play for my short, however, which I was going to be all over if it did.
Here we go. I mean, we're long 79s. We just went 20 cents or so in the money there as it tries to go through 9 there. Oh, no, sorry, about 16 cents up to 892 there. We're just going to give it back down to this little breakout spot, what just happened there. It's funny. I looked at it for the first time. I was like, oh, I'll like it through 840, 850, 860. And then bang, you probably would have missed it anyways. Missed right here going. I'll take it out if we can get up here. We'll celebrate our one and done trade if it can go. But we are looking for topside break for sure on this one.
Yeah, Sean, just worth noting, the 850 break the last time failed at that same previous high at like 915, so it tried to break through and came back in. I think if it gets through it again, that's why I'm going to look to take that top off at 930. So if you have some shares on, certainly holding through that second break at this time, we've seen it happen at lunch or 1 o'clock. Sometimes it's just gigantic when it makes that further move after this long consolidation. And yeah, a dollar range in consolidation might seem like it's a big range, but relative to the move, it's actually kind of tight.
37.50 here. I'm actually looking at DraftKings. I actually wrote down, I really like the third. Here we go. Come on, MIST. Let's go, guys. Here we go. Right to the upside. This is what we're talking about. A 20-cent winner on board right now. For MIST, we're long 879 right now on this one. Let's see if it can just keep going. Maybe we just take it off here. Let's take it out, man, if it gets up to 890 again or 899 or whatever that was. Oh, it did actually break 9 there. Okay, maybe we'll hold it. Here we go, MIST to the upside right now. Nice little win. We'll see, man. It keeps on struggling up here, 907. Let's just take it out if that does that again, guys. The other trade here, Tilray, not really moving around, obviously putting me to sleep. What up, B?
Another one to look at, guys. A little Canadian connection here. Ballard Power, BLDP, down today, 5.3%. Holding 17. There's a buyer. Refreshes over and over again. But relative volume huge on BLDP. Hearing a lot of options talk about this one online so far today, guys.
Yeah, I see you there, Francisco. Look, I would say 420 if there was a stock that was giving me a level at 420. I'm not seeing it, but I am getting a reload on TNXP, and I do always try to mention when I take these trades in front of the high, like that 160 level we're working off of, oftentimes if I'm doing it the way I like, I'm going to see it turn a little bit, so resisted this little hump here at 153, and then I catch more on the way back down. Risk, of course, is you don't stand in front of the train. Sometimes you don't get the shares, but if you do catch it, it can be an instant win for you back into VWAP. So that's where my reload is. I did get 153s. I will again take it out in front of 140 if I can, and the rest out in front of the low of the day. Everything out if it breaks 160. That's going to be a long for me on TNXP. I do feel like it's one I could be holding all day long. You see, in and out of Codex in like 4 minutes for a 50-cent win there. But TNXP, to get those moves, sometimes you really just have to hang on. We did have that nice short at 940 and then waited for a 10% move. And it took us, the greater part of 40 minutes or so to actually round out in that bottom and want to take it off. So it's a different style there, but it's basically a penny stock. So if that's your style, it's easy to do here with other trades going on at the same time.
Again to our IT team as I'm seeing get some messages coming through. 208.40 here on Softy. Let's go on that one. That's a decent idea for us. We'll see if that one wants to go. Our miss, we are now waiting up here at 9 and change to see if we can get that one. It's just doing crazy amounts of volume. So we'll get out there too many times here. Test, and this is a little bunched up area. I'm actually expecting this one, probably expecting this one to be a loser at this point because too many tries up here. So we'll wait on miss. I don't even want to dump. I mean, maybe I should dump it if I think it's going to be a loser. That would make sense, right? 860 though. I just don't want to get out for flat and then this thing rips because I don't really have another in to go. So we'll give this one a shot. It is going to be a slippery slope here on Sierra Mist. I know that's not the company name, but nice little look there for that. 7-Up and Sprite. Decent. Okay, right now we are ready with Brendan over at the big screen for something that we love when it talks, and that's money.
Hey guys, currency time. If you're holding euros, lots to talk about again today. The euro again today to the upside. 3 days in a row, really nice moves, 0.25%, about 116. We were mentioning, I think it was Monday or Tuesday, we're talking about 116. Yeah, look at the chart. Huge breakout happened earlier in the week, 114.5. We're now at 116 for the euro. More stimulus coming as relief for the pandemic over in Europe. So a nice move up all week long for the euro. Our Canadian dollar also back to the upside today, 0.2%, 74.6 now. British pound also higher on the day, about 0.1%, 127 and change there. Everything else pretty muted here. Swiss franc, Japanese yen to the downside today. Australia and New Zealand also to the downside today. Crypto's not really doing a lot. Bitcoin 9,500 though. It is up 1% on the day. Overall, kind of grinding to the upside all week long. We got down as far as 9,100, back to about 95 now for Bitcoin. Ethereum as well. Yes. 7% for Ethereum, 264 now for that one. Back over to Sean.
Sick, Ethereum, sick. And there it is, guys. We do that trade and we take that cash again on MIST. 28 penny winner. Let's just find out what that was. 26 out at 905 right there. So bingo, bango, and a bongo. Pokeroo saying, how can this guy be stopped? But right now, guys, up to 9. I mean, look at that out. I mean, can you do anything better than that? I'm hearing some woos in the background. So feeling a little bit like Superman there on that out. As you can see, nicely taken out there. That's why you got to put that order, man. So many times do we see, these things fade back through. So with that being said, guys, I am going to put this up here. Follow me on Twitter. We're going to screen cap this one and just talk about it because too many upside right there. We'll put that on Twitter. You can see what I'm talking about. Too many wicks before falling down. So we save ourselves here a heck of a lot of money by putting that order out, guys. Whether or not, that's the thing. You got to have your spots, right? Like I wasn't even looking at this stock. It comes up to my level. I have the pre-planned trade and bang, there it is. You make that and you cash it in. We cannot be stopped. So we fall down on some money here today. And again, once again, we're at our highest spot we've been at all day, Mr. Wickens.
Tesla, guys, just got a alert on Tesla back above 1600 here. A little bit of a pullback into 1600. So trying to hold once again. The initial move down 1600 was support. So we'll see what happens this time on a retest of that 1600, guys.
Yeah, that could be an interesting break at 16.25 here as it rounds into that lunchtime hour. Look, we've seen this pattern on Tesla where you get these afternoon trades, call it, I don't know, we call it 1:30, maybe even 2 o'clock. o'clock, and the biggest move is a bounce to the upside then. So I'd be watching. If it hasn't taken out 16.25 by the time we end the show, I'll be looking for a break at that price. If we can catch it here, that'll be absolutely fantastic for you. I just have a couple of positions on short that TNXP, like I said, all day for me. YVR long in front of that low. Mist is starting to round back to the downside, so it might actually give me a trade there. I think it's a good look by Sean to notice what's happening. There you go. Finally, it loads on my chart there. What was happening is it rounded out and just failing at that same top over and over at 9 even. So if it does hold this range, I'm going to be shorting the 760 end of it, not 8 even. I'm going to wait for the actual bottom to drop out here, up 140% doing crazy volume. I'm going to take my shot swinging on a 760 break to the downside. And still looking at Codex through 2350, but it's a consolidation at the high end of the range. That's a break to the long for me. If we get that price, we already took our one shot at the short. Now we're looking for that long on the top break.
So I just took out 20% here of Tilray. It looks like it's going to go downside. I mean, it didn't break this high. We bounced around VWAP. Eric, you asked about that. I told you we'd think about going to the 40s. Really thought it would break there. Big volume spike on that news of some sort of an edible or a spray or something like that, but obviously not huge. I mean, it's just funny that it could trade back down to this level before the news came out. So I don't know. We'll wait to see, but we just take out 20% there. We will dump the rest if we get back down there. So besides AMD, this one could be another loser on board, but whatever. It's not a huge position. However, it's going to hurt when it does come all the way back down. So what can we do about that? What we can do is throw over to B.
I read a little bit more about that dissolvable papers. Remember way back when we were younger, guys? I don't know if they're still around, but there was breath mints that came in those little papers that you put on your tongue and it dissolves. So that's what they're talking about for CBD products now. For Tilray, WDC, guys, just popping up once again at day highs here. $47, decent level on the daily time frame. But what a move for this thing today, just grinding to the upside all day long. Now 7% for WDC, guys.
I mean,
I just want to quickly update on
news.
I want to quickly update that LX for you guys. A big move that Brendan got to us. I was only looking for short, consolidating, and then breaking the bottom. It never did that. It never did the break. So I'm not going to be jumping into that short trade unless it meets my conditions. It looks like it's trying to take this next level here at 960. Look for a rollover. I'll take the same sort of idea here. Holds the range and then breaks back down below this sort of a 950 area. Maybe it'll be a quick little scalp trade, but I have to get over to YVR. I was going to flush myself down the toilet, but I want to hit this one because, I don't know, there's going to be a football season if you're a fan, and you have any idea who that looks like, because it's not me, but there is a famous football player that looks like. But I just got out of that YVR, was along in front of that little bottom, not the low of day, but this little range here at 930. I actually am trying to get short below this range, see if it can't test to the low. I will take it if it breaks that bottom. I will also take it in this consolidation range if it gets back to the upside. Retracement coming in on YVR, which was up at one point 100%, now down to 40.
Yeah, my call is I've called Deshaun Watson on that one or Nate Burleson, so you guys can.
I can see that. I can see Nate. I always said Deshaun Watson, but Nate Burleson, I can see that too. But nobody there is going to know who Nate Burleson is. I'll be
he's NFL.
You got to be a big fan.
NFL Network commentator. So maybe.
I don't know if anyone watches.
You can
NFL
look it up
Network
anyways.
anymore.
It's supposed to be Neil, so that's the
watch us, not NFL Network. A lot more excitement here.
That's the important thing. Okay. Tilray again falling. We'll wait on that. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys. It's just I think that was a decent spot there. Weed Batman, I saw him in the hallway, but he refuses to come out. So again, that's just a joke. I don't even know who that is. But there it is. The animation goes for you. And not a good trade here today on Tilray. I'm still giving it hope. We still can come back into this area. Where was my out exactly on this one? 718. I think I made a mistake there. It should be 715. That's the bottom break here. So we're going to cancel that and then put our stop over at 718. Microsoft, I was looking long, but you can see what these futures are doing. They're starting to come down. When Softy does, like I was looking long right here, and what a surprise. But if Softy, no, it was 208.50 right here. If it range bounds like this, not great unless you do get that futures move. So we will wait for that to come on board here with Microsoft. But right now it's at the big screen with your favorite host, Valeria.
Hey guys, welcome to the European update. Europe is in a mixed territory today, mostly negative. Russia is leading up 0.57%. Britain is up 0.18%. Germany is up 0.09%. Italy is down 0.78%. and France is down 0.08%. Daimler saw a second quarter loss of 1.68 billion euro, but it projected rise in profit this year for its Mercedes-Benz cars and van division. That's all with the Europe, and I'll keep you updated. Back to traders.
Yeah, just a quick look at that JAMF over in the NASDAQ with watching the IPO from yesterday. I just sort of brought this one up here. Big time ad on Robinhood, actually, if you watch that Robin Tracks. You know, one thing that we did last week, was it last week or 2 weeks ago? We actually had Greg, floor manager here. Maybe we'll do this again sometime, talking a little bit about his approach to the markets. One of the things he does watch is that sort of Robin Tracks. Let's just throw it up for you guys because I am mentioning it here. A lot of people have been using this as an indicator to see where some styles of traders are piling in, and of course you get that IPO. But look what's number one on this list, Pfizer. I mean, we were looking at Pfizer for a couple of plays today, and I wish I had sort of stuck to my guns, only shorting it. Of course, I did try that one long trade. It was a great short to begin with, but that JAMF here, I'm looking at this 40 level, looks like an obvious area of support that we're going to see if we can test. My first thought when you catch any kind of an IPO, sometimes you get these little breakdown levels. If it doesn't sustain moves on the second day, sometimes you can be looking for short, so obviously the charts can be deceiving. But that 40 break for me, now that I look at it, if we have locates, watch out for the spread. It's done 3 million. That may be a nice little short as long as the price is cheap enough. A lot of times you do have to pay for shorts. If it's like 10 cents per share, that's worth it. A 40 break can give you $1. So let's look at JAMF, possibly through 40 even. It's well away from that right now, so that could be a trade for later on in the day or maybe even tomorrow or next week. But it's on my radar here at 40 even.
Maybe we can go back into Pfizer. Wow, look at mist, guys. I mean, this is a smile all day long here. If we could put up our smile face. There it is. Yeah, we go. There we go, yeah. Okay, yeah, just like me. Yeah, there we go. Nice little smile face there. Not just trading, but trying to give you guys some entertainment here as well. Falls right back down to $8, guys. That's these levels that we were talking about before. I don't know if we have to pay for shorts or not, but you can short it through 775. Make sure you check with your broker if that's a possibility for you. But look at that out. What I was looking for was actually my favorite game in that Street Fighter. Perfect. We'll see about that one. 9-10. They're great out. Obviously, we wish we had missed from the morning time, but a good little trade there. I mean, that's actually, you know what? Speaking of the devil here, I mean, unless you have this complete dollar move, that's not a horrible spot right there going long here. And that's why, guys, if you do have an opportunity, hit me up on Twitter. You can already see some direct messages coming through. 5,100 followers, posted today, missed, posted today, CCL. The big one here, guys, which follow me in the morning time. We talked about some of these key levels. Tesla bounces off that 1680, so that could have been a great short as well. Twitter 3950, DraftKings, we're going to wait for that. AMD, NIO, Tesla, Microsoft, all there. The big trade, of course, Microsoft today, my biggest winner on board. Actually, that's a lie. On that board, I forgot about Virgin Galactic. This has been a monster winner. That's worth flossing off. I've always asked for a little bit of a new flossing animation. Let me know if you guys do like that in the chat. Did I see Brennan's ready?
Indeed, guys. Wingstop. Have a look at Wing on the NASDAQ here, 7.8%. Just went from 140 to 148, all in about the span of 30 seconds. So big pop on volume and price-wise as well for Wing, guys.
Yeah, I'm still going to be over this miss. As long as we're talking about it, my level to the downside, I'll confirm with Sean, we did have to pay for locates here. We trade through Day Trade the World. So when we don't have a free shares to be able to get the borrows and go short, which is basically almost everything in the market, we have the ability to pay for some shorts here in Mist. I think it was about 13 cents a share if I'm not mixing it up with something else there. And I am going to take advantage of that if we get a 760 break. The top end, look, if it's going to do a consolidation like this on this kind of volume with this kind of a move to the upside and sort of sustaining the volume through lunch, I'm going to take a shot either direction, but the first one for me is going to be a 760, which I've maintained pretty much throughout the morning. I want to jump back over to Pfizer just for a quick second. I talked about it on Robin Tracks and how maybe I should have stuck to my guns, shorting in front of the 3950 level, but I didn't want to dip by, and that was one of the first things I mentioned. I took one shot here in front of what was the low of the day. It's taken it out. It's now trying to retest that level to the upside and not having any luck. So we're seeing a pretty clean downtrend in Pfizer. Unless the futures make another leg down, it's not the space. This is not the stock that I'm going to try to play to the short end. I'm going to be firmly looking over at some of the airlines here, as American Airlines in particular just rolled to its high of day. A couple of other ones that made some big moves, but it hasn't broken the pre-market range at 1150. So this is a time when I see it testing a level like that. There was some chop here. It's trying to roll over. I'll take a quick little short in front of this high. Reversing to the long is a bit problematic for me because 1165, you get into this pre-market high, which needs a secondary break. So it'll probably just be a one and done short at this time at about 1140 to 1145 with 1150 stop. Looking to short American Airlines. I know Pfizer's in a clean downtrend. I just prefer this risk to reward a little bit better.
One of my big stocks in the last, I guess, this week, but it's been probably pretty much all of July, is this guy right here, DraftKings. Baseball coming back, basketball coming back. I saw Paul George yesterday with a sick move right there. So we'll say what's up to Paul George. What? There it is. Yeah, hit that little switch. Hopefully the Raptors can start balling out. So let's see about DraftKings here. I just put on some positions in my own account, but look at this. This VWAP is just hovering right at this breakout spot. So 37.60. I mean, I like a little, maybe a little above VWAP here, but we'll see this level. This little high is 63. You just got to get through some of this, and I think it might be clear sailing, especially if it gets through 70. So right now we're getting ready for that one. But look what's still flying. Okay, you guys, I saw that. You guys like the flossing animation, then we'll keep it. So flossing animation, good one there, I guess. But here goes space again. We're still holding on to this one. This is what we protected. We protected this 2650 level. Should have averaged in there. It's our biggest stock today. So even the 10% that we're holding, we'll still see what that wants to do to the upside here. But space right now, a nice little 7%. In my own account, just to let you guys know this, we had Daniel Shea on yesterday, and we talked all about this consolidation down here. What a great break. I know a lot of you guys are trading space and probably have this one as well. So congratulations to anybody. Space breaking out now. What a mover. And again, if you want to go to the moon, you got to sign up somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. And forget about the moon. Let's go to Mars here. China sending.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think they're sending a probe. Well, I don't know if it's to Mars. That's a big step. I mean, look, we talk about this all the time, and you can talk about whether it's telecommunications, but it's obviously the Chinese, like NEO when it comes to EV. There's just a lot of progress being made. This is a big sort of step, at least psychologically there. So it's sort of worth mentioning that. I think it's kind of cool. I had a long break idea here on Codex, and we did take that one nice short. But it's actually giving you a consolidation in a lower end of the range, rubbing away from that 2350, where it could give you another roll to the downside. So what I'm going to likely do here is see if I can't get a nice entry point between 23 and 23.25. It'll be a tighter stop. I'm not going to give it all the way to the high of day. There are styles of trade where I do this entry, and I'm going to give it to the top, not in Codex here. I want a tighter stop. So I might roll into this one if it comes back downside, retesting this 2280 to 23 with a 23.25 stop. We'll grab a short, get some out in front of VWAP, and if it breaks that, wow, could be all systems to go to the downside. I still like 2350, guys, for a long break. I just don't know if it's going to happen, before the end of this show. Maybe in the afternoon, which I would still put it on. But right now, looking for a short in Codex.
Looky, what's coming back here? We should have, and again, I just didn't believe in it too much here. I have to admit that. You'll see me reload all the time on stocks, guys, including AMD today and whatnot. But on Tilray, I just was not sure about it. I know Brendan did come with that news. Makes a lot of sense to me. I remember those Listerine packs. I think that's what it was, Brendan, that you're talking about. The slide out, you put on your tongue, and Bob's your uncle. But I think that's a good one for cannabis. There still is a lot, obviously. Whoa, I don't want to knock over the fruit salad. Cannabis, the smell is obviously a huge problem socially, so I do think that could be something there. I know there's edibles already, but that could be something there. So we'll wait to see on Tilray. Obviously, the news is not anything that's driving the stock through the moon here or anything, but we'll still wait, Eric, on this one. We did dump 20% there, fully admitted that on this break, and then we waited for 15s. That didn't come. So I'm going to hold strong on this one. Maybe the move comes in the afternoon. Let's check out the biggest and baddest cannabis play out there, Canopy. They're down today, so just hovering on VWAP here. I don't like to trade these names unless there is something about them, right? And yeah, high five to you, Elizabeth Smither. Bang, high five to that one, and high five to anybody who has space to their, high five, bang to you as well, Stephen, on that one, guys. You are welcome, and that's the thing. When I tell you that we love in certain levels, space was definitely one of them today, and man, did we hit that one. 26.50 long side. We got out here basically for 50, 60 cents, then let it run right here. A bunch of nice outs up here as well, so each one of these is basically, I think it is actually 10% on the way upside, so nice little trade on space, man, just cashing it in.
Yeah, I just want to get you guys back to Twitter. Of course, we've had a few successful trades here. First, shorting the pop off the open and then catching this little bottom of the opening range. And then we did have a nice little long breakout that did come back in, so we saved ourselves some money. One of the reasons why I want to jump back in is, look, you had that pre-market high at 40 even. We also talked about the 41 level next stop up, and there was that 39.50 break that it attempted before sliding right back down. It just put in a lower high here at that same 39.50. So I think we're going to have another breakout potential trade. I'm going to call it this 39.65 instead of 39.50. I'll take a break on Twitter if it does that to the upside. If it rolls shy, I might jump into a quick little scalp short back into VWAP. So we're not getting too far away from Twitter. I know it's that time of day, past that 11 o'clock mark, where you might want to start considering pairing positions down, looking for the better entries. I think we'll have another shot in Twitter if it tries to put another lower high in. This mist is really frustrating the bejesus out of me, to use a nice word. I really want to be shorted on a break. It's just giving you this range over and over again, and look at it basing out, which is exactly what it did one time, and then 2, 3, the bigger move here when Sean was involved, and now one more. You can basically take it in front of what looks like about 790 to 8, and then look to see if you can catch a 40 to 50 cent win. I still love the short through 760, but I'm going to have to take a shot at this. If it gets down to about 798, I'm going to dip into a quick little long trade in front of just this 785 area, so tight stop. Looking to scalp it for 10 to 40 cents worth of a win, maybe 50 tops, because you're risking 15 to 20 cents when you throw slippage in, guys.
Yeah, good. What Spotify? What? Spotify. When have I seen that one down before? 280 right now. Spotify heading down to the south side right here. 279.48. This seems like a decent move here. Brendan, I missed the upgrades and downgrades. Maybe Spotify got downgraded today. I'm not sure. Down 3%. Kind of strange for that stock on no news, but again, let's just go over why maybe. Very heated stock right now. You could see 130. Joe Rogan here, Kim K here, Michelle Obama somewhere around here as well. And then that big move from this 261 up to 290 on some revenue sharing. We talked about that yesterday with Virgin Galactic. So not Virgin Galactic, Virgin Music there coming in and giving some data back to Spotify. So you know what, maybe Brendan, it could just be profit taking here on Spotify. But let's break down a 3-minute chart just real quick, because like Neil said, we are at 11:13 right now. So let's go a little bit of bigger time frame for this trade. 284. Yeah, okay. This is not a horrible spot right here. 283.60 or so. Let's look at that. We'll wait to see if there's news. There may not be. 283.60 though. I do like that if it can break upside. I know it's $2 away, but those of you that have watched me trade Spotify know that we've taken $7, $8, $9 winners, $10, $15 winners on that news before. But look at Virgin Galactic, guys. You like it, so we'll hit it again. The floss trade is on. It just keeps going upside here. Once again, guys, the trophy, we can raise it again. We own that once again today. So thank you for that space. We'll keep going, guys. And I'm glad a lot of our traders on the chat here have this trade as well. I know a lot of you like these names. We'll continue to trade the big names for you daily.
And continue to hopefully join. We've seen a lot of members join up today. We want to thank all of them. I know the latest one was Paco, so thank you for that. If you want to join along in some of the fun that we have here, and again, we're all about talking about our individual ideas, our individual executions, but also about our approach and our mentality. So, I'm going to roll back into talking about this Codex trade. It's going to be a scalp trade in front of 2350. We did it once. If you missed it, I'm looking for the same thing again. At this time, a lot of times I'll think about the second test of a level. This is technically the third. You like it a little bit less. I think that's a good rule to have. I'm reversing long on a 2350 break whenever it does happen. And what I mean less, two things you can do here. Either take fewer shares or expect less of a move back to the downside. So as much as we took a nice little move down to 2305 and then somewhere at a 2284 where you're catching a 50, 60 cent type of win, this time maybe if we can get half that or 2/3 of that, I'll be perfectly happy. What I might also think about doing here though is take a more shallow trade on the first little bit, and then if it does have a bigger failure, leave some on board in case it tests VWAP. So I am in the short trading Codex. I'll add one time if I get a price around 2340. But for now, I'm in the short. Reversing long at 2350 is always going to be the play. It's also time to go to Brennan. What do you got?
All right, we're looking at the sectors. We were talking about Micron, some of the semiconductors strong again today, AMD as well. Just getting an alert here from Micron, day highs 4.6% now. $54 finally broken there on a volume spike. 55 way up here is going to be recent highs for this thing. If you go to the daily chart, this high right here, 55 to kind of 55.10 for Micron. Still going, guys.
Yeah, like how many times is Mist going to do this? And I'm glad I finally got involved. Look, if it just wants to hang out here and consolidate, pop, consolidate, pop, consolidate, pop. Yeah, finally going to take some shares at 808 here to the long side. I will take it out if we get any kind of a move up to 850, but there goes CODX. It actually very, very briefly, I think it just broke 2350, but not a lot of fanfare in the move, at least initially. I am immediately reversed into the long. As long as we can hold above about 2320, I think we'll be okay on this one. Kodak's been a high flyer up 10%, but missed another bounce pop play. It just feels like that's going to be a range that we can play around with, whether you're taking quarters or 40s to the upside off of an 8 even area, whatever you happen to like there. So long reverse in Codex, in the long also on Mist 808. I'll be adding to that one in front of that 790 level. Still a short at 765, but hey, it's going to be a long play for me and a long play in Codex as well. Another upside push here. Made money short, now we're making money long. Here we go, guys.
What's WFC doing here? $26. Not a whole. Okay, so Brendan got back to me. Thank you, Brendan, for that one. Nothing on Spotify today, so just trending to the downside. Watch out for 283.60 on SPOT, Miss V.
Thank you, Sean, and hey guys, I hope you have a great trading day so far. Welcome everyone who joined us for the first time. Please subscribe to this channel and catch our live trading show every day at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Also guys, please stay tuned. At 11:45, the next educational video will be available for you. Please check out our educational channel and subscribe also. A lot of helpful stuff there, and we post educational content every day. And guys, please smash the like button. It takes just 1 second for you and you will make us absolutely happy. It's very important for us to know that you enjoy what we do. I'll see you later. Back to traders.
These are traders. They can hit a button faster than 1 second. You can put 3 or 4 orders out in 1 second, which means you can hit that like very, very easily. Thank you for everybody that has hit the like, subscribe, whatever contribution it is. We love the community. A quick out here on that break in Codex. I'm going to take that first quarter of it for the quick 20-cent scalp trade. I like to divide this up into different styles. The first half of the trade for me is usually going to be a short little scalp in front of quarters, halves, that type of thing. So 24 will be the next stop to the upside. If I can get a reload at 23.25, fair enough. If it doesn't, it just means it's going right away. The next stop to the upside on Codex, when it comes to these levels on the daily chart, there is a bit of a stop here at 25. So ultimately, I don't think I'll be holding anything past there. I'll be very, very fortunate if it makes a secondary push to that price. It's already up 10%. I think it's asking a lot for another push up to that price. But I think 24 is a reasonable target. If we get that break, maybe I'll have a quarter left on here. So nice little long Codex. We've already taken some profit. I'm looking for a dip opportunity, which we might get right here in front of 23.25. Missed. I want to get more shares around 8 even. It keeps going down towards my 802 order I think I had down there, but does not give me a fill. So I'm going to try and get some more shares in that one if I can.
2689, 2688 or so coming on space. So we'll see. I don't know. I don't want. It's good. It's a great trade. It's up 7% today. We've cashed in and it's been a banger. So you guys have seen that. But I'm not going to let this go too much past VWAP. We've bounced off a little bit a few times before on this stock here. But I'm just looking for something right here. So let's go over now. We'll see what he's doing. See if we can catch him here and see if we can slay Brendan. What's up, bud?
Yet another earnings name. Yeah, there we go. Yet another earnings, guys. Whirlpool here. WHR 10.3%. You can see earnings aftermarket yesterday to 161, almost 162. So we're right at this high from aftermarket yesterday right now. So day highs for WHR 10.4% after a decent move. Also, still watching that wing. Still not seeing any kind of headlines on WING, but we'll let you know as soon as I do, guys.
I checked on Wing, and the volume is pretty underwhelming. But at the same time, it's a $100, $150 stock. So when you see a volume spike like this, my first rule is if I see a stock doing absolutely nothing, gives a breakout with a massive volume spike, if I don't see what the news is, I'm not trading it blindly because clearly you do have something there. And this is why we have Brendan for us, or why you should have your ear to the ground. And one of the values of even being in the community and getting this access, Brendan's got that Icon terminal, which, money, even money with a Bloomberg terminal there. So he's going to get that news to you. I don't like trading blind. There's plenty of other fish in the sea. There's plenty of other stocks in the market that you can trade. So that's my reason for not being involved in Wing as much as you do see a big time move. And a lot of times with that setup, I would be chasing a retracement. There's no way I'm going to play a consolidation on a move like that and then short it if I don't even know what the initial news is. I am going to still try to get this Wing We say pigs get slaughtered here, Sean. I feel like that's going to be me potentially. I'm going to give myself a thumbs down for not taking. I did say when I took this long, scalp out 20 cents, 40 cents, 50 cents, and then it basically gave me exactly that, and I didn't take it because I wanted the larger end of that range. If I get more shares in here, I'm not going to make that same mistake. I'm just going to get out 30s, 40s, 50s. Sometimes it gets up to that 50. A couple of times it's broken it. I want to make sure I'm going to be positive on the trade in all of those eventualities. So I will try to get more shares down here and then do a better job of trying to execute out of this mistrade. It's a range-bound trade I'm looking at. It's a consolidation bottom. It's a short through this low here, way back over to 935. It's like the opening range bottom. That's where I'm only going to be short. I'm not shorting any other price than that. For now, it's a long and miss.
Guys, give me a name here on the chat, and the very first member that puts out a symbol, I'll look it up for you and give you guys my opinion. So whoever puts the first one out there, we'll look at that right now for you. Space looking to break through 2750 could be a banger here again. There is 2750. There's levels here, obviously, as we go. Okay, where's the first member? No members yet. I don't see anybody. There it is, WHR Whirlpool. You got it. Who was that? Roki1, WHR, the first member here. First of all, Space may break here, 2750. Which puts this guy way big time in the money. So we'll do that. We set these pins up for you guys today on Space and Virgin Galactic. Wowzers to the upside here. There it goes, breaking through 50. I mean, what a big day this has been on everything for me. But anyways, we'll go with Space here. Big trade. Thank you, Brendan, there from Dustin Miller. So good one there. Okay, Whirlpool. We said we'd do that. Thank you, Roki there. There goes Space. Wow. I know Whirlpool had earnings there today. And it was a big move and a big miss by us because there is that spike up there. Was it? I guess it was earning. Was it released? Oh, no, that's aftermarket. Yeah, this is a 3-minute chart. So there's Whirlpool. I was like, wow, that happened at 3 o'clock yesterday. But no, we have the 3-minute chart up. Yeah, man. I mean, it's just pushing highs here, Roki. What you could have done, though, is this little breakout spot, 161. That makes sense. Comes here, fades back down. You get some consolidation down here at 159.50. That would have made sense for a long. Let me just check out a daily chart for you because I have to admit it, I haven't traded this stock on the show yet, so a little bit hard to make a judgment call on this one. Let's just zoom this down a little bit. Wow, Roki one. Wow, this may be a good trade here. 163.58. Wow, okay. I mean, Whirlpool is coming from up here, but here we go. 163.58 right here. A good little spot for Whirlpool, guys. As my chart just slow down chart. There it goes. Stops finally. I like that call. Where are we right now? 162. So watch out for this. Although it's already up 11%, 164 is kind of a target. Watch out to fade it. If you're in the money right now, you may want to cash just a little bit out as that move has happened already. But wow, Whirlpool right to that top. Good look there. I hope you guys are long this name.
Yeah, I just want to go over to a sort of an oldie, but usually a goodie. Moderna making some moves today, but more interestingly enough, bouncing off of an 80 level after initially giving back about $2.50 off of the open. You get this sideways action. You want to see if there's some actionable levels that you can play for the afternoon. Puts in a nice higher low, trying to trend to the upside off of this 80. Moderna, however, this is what I'm looking at here. 80.99, so it just turned around just a couple of minutes ago. Dollar retracement in front of this 81. Gives you sort of an actionable breakout at 81 if it does want to do it. I've seen this trade in Moderna. I've actually put a very similar one on just a couple of weeks ago on Moderna at the same time of day. So I'd be looking for a break at 81. I'd be looking to take some out in front of 81.50 and the rest. This little double top at 82.25. That's where I'd be looking for it to roll over and I'd get it all out. So you're talking about 50 cents to $1 worth of a win. Whether you want to, depending on your risk preference, give it to this sort of area 80.40, 80.50. If you're giving it all the way to the bottom, which I wouldn't be, just simply because it's $1.25 worth of upside to that next level, I wouldn't give it the buck. I'd give it that 50 to 60 cent move, but I would scalp some of it out in front of that first 40, 50 cents. So Moderna 81 break has done good volume. Nice little bottom here at that 80 even. Let's see if we can't play this one. Now we're in the afternoon.
Okay, guys, I think what we're going to do is we're going to dump it. There we go. We dump out of our space, and now we wait to see if we can get it longer going through 55 here. That's double top, triple top, 1 time, 2 times. This is a 3-minute chart, remember. Now 4 times. Actually, this is the 3rd time. 1 time, 2 times, 3 times right now. And there's a few different wicks up here as well. So we'll dump that trade for $1, hit the home run, hit that out of the park, and now let's just regroup and see if we can't find something else. But right now, space, we'll be back. We'll be back with it. I'm not shorting this business name, that's for sure, but we did cash out right there at the very top. So big time trade there. Thank you so much for all the love, and I hope you guys also had that. I am now out and flat on SPCE, and it's my biggest trade of the day. So when that happens, it's a chicken dinner winner. So there you go. Space Virgin Galactic, man. What a big trade. I hope you guys made bank on that one. Those are daybreakers right there. So congratulations to anybody that had that, Mr. Brendan.
Another one with a recent spike here, guys. Graph, GRAF in New York, 12.5% here. Went from 17 to above 18. This was just back to, what was that, 11.12 or so, 11.13 when this started. So going to check on Graph as well. Still waiting on that wing. There's a couple of people talking about some pizza, PZZA, Papa John's involvement, but again, just rumors. Wait until we get any kind of solid news indication on that. But still watching wing and this GRAF, guys.
Yeah, I just want to say, like, it would be really easy for Brendan just to find some news and just give it to you and say, hey, this is what it is. But it's always important to make sure that you're confident about it if you're going to put some money on the line for trading. So, look, Wing, we'll get to it if I think there's anything to see. I want to get back to Twitter, however, which for me, it's going to be my top stock of the day, both, short trade, and we had a nice little long break. Looking again for a short, it's just failed at this high one more time, and now 39.50 we mentioned. 39.65 was that actual failure when it broke 50. So that's the range I'm looking for that short. We're going to dip into some shares here. It's a reversal long at 65, which I mentioned earlier, but I'm also going short in front of it, get a rollover to 39 even. Watch out for miss. It's trying to break 8 even. I got my long in front of it. My stop was around that 85, so risking that 15 cents there to see if we can't get another pop up to 8.50. If it does make a move to 25s, 30s, and 40s, I will take some off for the scalp like I said I would. So all the way up in that 50-cent range I'll be getting out, risking 15 pennies. But new trade alert here, short in Twitter in front of this high since the open, not the high of the day, which is 39.99, the high of the open, which is 39.65. That's going to be my area stop.
Okay, guys, here's Twitter coming right now. I just want to give you guys a quick little look here on actual Twitter. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. I want you guys to follow me if you can, because what we do here is I'm putting the trade out here, explaining to you that we had a triple top up here. I know a lot of messages I get through that they like looking back at some of these charts to see what we're doing there. So like I explained here, let's get out and then take the break through 27.60 if that does happen. I'm not going to short this thing, although I think a short would work here, and yeah, it would have. It's 10 pennies right now, but we'll just wait to see. 5,100 followers. Thank you so much. Shout out to everyone there in the big family. And if you want a little more of a personal look, we do have here. Oh, there's Lewis Daniels' watch here. This is my Instagram account. Nice looking watch. Shout out to Lewis Daniels there. But what I like to put on here is some of these quotes. Oh yeah, you saw Greg a little bit. Me, Brendan, and Greg here hit the links last week. Big winner, Greg. But then apparently Greg got dealt with by his father. So we'll have to wait to see. I hear Greg laughing, guys, in the background, but we're going to get out again. I promise you that, and then we'll see what happens on that front. But congratulations to Greg and his dad for getting out once again. What up, Beep?
Another one, guys, we were just talking about that graph. So this is another SPAC. So there's rumors flying around about Graph, GRAF, and a company called Velodyne, VLODYNE, which is an autonomous software company. They're making software for autonomous vehicles. So GRAF, another SPAC, possibly involved in the electric vehicle space, possibly to do with autonomous driving, guys.
We'll definitely have a look at that. Reversal under the short, finally missed breaks. It took forever. It just took out the bottom end of the range. I said I'd be short when it broke 764 or 65. Check that. I did grab that short, slipped to 58. I'll take some out if it holds below that 750. First leg in front of that 7/4. The next leg down here, ultimate target 670. This was the pre-market that it made a bit of a bottom at that price. So it looks like finally misses outside of that range. We had a good long break trade. We paid some of that back with our long in front of this tight little stop, but now we're to the short side on miss, and we did pay for these shorts, so you got to make, well, you don't have to make use of them, but we have here miss to the short side. Also got into that Twitter, like I did mention, in front of that 39.65. My price here, 39.43. I'll be adding one time, closer to 50 hopefully, and then a reverse to the long if it breaks 39.65. That's been the play the whole time.
39.65. Yeah, actually, a good little look there on Twitter. I'm going to be done for Twitter today. Twitter again, a good stock. I mean, I'm up on it. Hopefully, you guys. There we go. There's all the news at the bottom there. You can see Alibaba, AMD, Microsoft, so on and so forth. The profits per share, if you want to see sort of what we're doing right now. But yeah, Twitter falling back down. Good look there. We'll see if that one wants to do anything. Just a little quick update here. I finally made a trade. Luckin Coffee just bouncing around 270 here. We'll go long and see if that hits. Watch out below. Very, very hard to trade these stocks if they do break. So we'll watch to see if that one does happen. Bottom buy on Pfizer. Okay, I'll look on Pfizer here. I love this name. I haven't traded it in a very, very long time, but Pfizer to the downside here. Like I said, I think Pfizer, I said this yesterday as well, more of a buy the rumors, sell the news. They get that $2 billion contract. Still a beautiful trade here on the downside. I know Neil's been short that one.
I should have stuck to the short. And I've said this over and over, trading your book, like it's just one of those, if you're biased to the long side in the stock from an investment or swing standpoint, you can run into some trouble, which I don't know that that's exactly the case of what happened to me today, but certainly I think I forced it a bit early going long. I think waiting for lunchtime for bottom picking can be better. I just want to update quickly. I got a little bit of this missed out here in front of that quarter. 7.33, 25-cent win on the first little bit, 40 to 50 on the second, and after that, 670 is my target to the downside. That would be just shy of $1 winner. I'm not going to pick a round number. I'm picking a level from the pre-market down here at 670.
Daryl, I see you, buddy. Don't worry, I'll come over and see what you have to do. Watch this. I'm going to break this down here. Let me see if I can find a 12-minute. Okay, 10 should be fine here. So the only problem that I see with Save is I'm going to assume, Daryl, that you're long. I know this is the same stock that you often look at. It touched today. So this is the problem that I see right now on this long. I mean, if you're long, it's a fantastic trade. Daryl, again, you've been one of our members for a very long time. And look, this is part of being a member, guys. We'll answer your questions a little easier, a little clearer if you can become that. But look at this, 17.14 here. These were bin tops. And I know, Daryl, you do look at charts like this. So just be very, very wary of this top. You may want to, if you are long this name, fantastic trade, man. I mean, even breaking through 1650 right here, this bottom, I wish I would have saw that. Great trade. I just want to give you a heads up, Daryl. Try to protect some money here. Watch out for this 1725 high. I assume I don't need to tell you that, but you may want to get out of some depending on how heavy you are right now and just watch what happens at 1725 and then maybe take the break there. So there you go, guys. I do think that's a good one for sure for you. We'll look back. I know Neil's talking about missed. I had missed. I only got in and out there for 30 cents on this trade, but right, yeah, what a breakthrough. $8 there. Now we'll wait to see what this one wants to do.
Get down.
We always see names like this going crazy, and missed is just another one here today, guys.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like if I see something like that, I'm gonna take a shot at some point shorting it. It's sort of in my DNA when you've been trading long enough, and so we catch this little break. The only problem is the amount of slippage that you're gonna get if you were taking an 8 break or this 765 area that I was looking at. The next leg down, if it takes out the quarter, I'll have some out in front of 7 even, and then like I said, that 670 is the ultimate target downside. And I will say one more thing: as much as I hope we crush this this missed trade and this rollover, hopefully in Twitter. If I catch this fly, which is buzzing around here, I don't have anything to hit it with, but it's been bugging the crap out of me. See if I can get it live on air, a little Daniel Miyagi style. But we're trying to crush this missed trade to the short side. Twitter is bouncing back up, so I'm going to be loading into some more shares in front of a 39.65 area, not the 50. 39.65 is going to be my out on Twitter. Going to add one more time here around this 50 price.
Yeah, great out, Daryl. Yeah, nice little out there. I hope I helped you a little bit with that one at that 17.10. Great call and great trade. Long down here, 16.10. Yeah, what a break, man. You know what, Daryl? I got to give you access to the bat line so you can call me when you see these kind of trades. Just too busy looking at everything, but that was, my friend, a fantastic trade. I mean, look, it doesn't get any better than that. It's also, it was at like 10:30, 10:45. I don't know when you got it, but that break was absolutely fantastic. Great looking trade there, my friend. Brendan?
A bigger one with earnings today, guys. Equifax, EFX up about 8% today after earnings this morning, in fact. 180, what was it? 180.30, I think, was all-time highs. So EFX, all-time highs on a nice little spike there from 180 up to 182, guys.
Yeah, I just got the next
one.
one. He's gonna update you guys. I'm gonna tweet this one out replying. Someone was asking, one of our good time viewers, a modern day trader, was asking, when is this miss fall gonna happen? And look, it finally did, but the slippage was pretty big in that move. If you look at that gap, it was about a 40 to 50 cent gap to the downside before you can really actionably get some shares here. And I had a couple of outs. I had to take the quick out stop on my long and then also try to go short. Now, for us, I can't reverse short in one order. Why? You got to declare short sells, got to get out of that long first and then short. And that little move there costs you an extra 10, 15 cents. But we've already got some profits down in front of the quarter. If that goes, we'll have another leg past that 7 even, down to about 680 where I'd like to be able to get out. If it does give me a consolidation around here, I might be able to add to my position around that 750 with what might be a tighter stop at 7 3/4 here, but a nice trade in miss. But that slippage was a little bit crazy on that move to the downside. Sometimes you'll see it when a stock is moving around like this. Liquidity looks pretty good at a moment's glance, but it takes out a key level and there's nothing for 10, 15, 20 pennies to the downside. So always watch out. 137 million shares can be deceiving. When it breaks, sometimes it goes very, very rapidly. Fortunately for us, we're in the money.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You got to watch out on those stocks, man. There's really, the levels are pretty unbelievable on that one. So, yeah, watch back. You know, the thing about being on YouTube here, guys, is that you can always watch the show back, see the initial positions we took, and then look to see how that sort of fits with our discussion. And that's how you learn, and that's why I got to give a big shout out to our family here as it just keeps on growing, guys. We're really happy with the way things have been going. Needless to say, join us up and welcome to the show. If it's your first time. What a great little look there. Thank you so much, Daryl. There, I feel. Oh, thanks for hitting that. Did you guys hit that? No, okay, neither did I. I don't know where that came from. 1705 coming to the downside right now on save. We did give you that level, so really glad that we had that discussion right there, Daryl, and maybe you got out of some more, but what a fantastic trade that was. I did want to check back on AMD here so far today. Big trade off the open, a little bit messy here. We're back in 3 minutes, so that's why this looks crazy. 147 fills for me today. It's 11:37, so we'll see if we can't get to near 150, 160, but right now, not much happening. I mean, we could go back to CCL here. This has been destroyed all the way to the downside. Let's just say hello to some members. What up? Sandcar, thank you so much. Today's been a big day. Devin with Heartbreak Studios, Heartbreak Hotel. Thank you so much, Devin, with that. Oh, we had Devin on the show. I wonder, is that the same?
Is it the same Devin?
Same guest trader. What up, Devin? You were our guest trader of the day at one point. You're only becoming a member now. That is fine. Thank you so much, Devin. You did contribute to that on that day. So what up to Devin from Heartbreak Studios? Brendan?
Busy one here today, guys, for Clovis, CLVS, Clovis Oncology. We haven't talked about this one in quite some time, but just popped up here on this break of 660 day highs, big volume spike moving higher. On the daily chart, kind of messy, just kind of grinding down, but they increased their current quarter forecast and updated preliminary results for this quarter today. They don't report, though, until the first week of August, guys, for CLVS.
Timber missed now 40 cents in the money, but look, I'm trying to take a break of 7 even if it gets down there. If it bounces off 7, I might consider getting out. I see some people asking about Tesla. Look, I'm not going to force a trade here. I talked about it maybe a half an hour or so ago, liking a 1625, and I did mention that sometimes the best breakouts in Twitter happen in the afternoon. I know we've seen it time and time again at 1:30, 2 o'clock, or in that area, so we won't hesitate to put that trade on, but I'm not just going to force it because it happens to be consolidating. We catch a 16-quarter break, we'll be taking that one there. I don't want to give you the reasons why I wasn't getting out of mist. I've already taken profit, so it might bounce off that even just because it's a nice round number. That'll be all well and good. I've already taken out what I will sort of on that first flush to the downside. If it does come back up to the area of consolidation, I want to be adding to that position back in. Otherwise, I'm looking for that bigger flush down that'll give me that 70, 80 cent win to the downside on mist. We've had muted wins to the upside. I only got about 30, 40, 50 cents on the first break. The second one, we lost 25 pennies. Now we're looking to cash in on the short trade for our last little bit, that last little third.
And guys, I mean, sometimes you're, you're good, that's fine. Sometimes you're lucky. I just think this is a situation where it's a good trade to get out up here on space. This is a 3-minute chart. We saw it touch a couple times there, and then we got out. I talked about possibly going short there. We didn't do it, but if you did, man, that would have been a quick 30-cent win for you now on space. So again, the only reload that I'm going to have on this one, guys, trust me, I'm up a lot of money on space today. So what we're going to do is just kind of put that in our pocket. It's not trending anymore. I mean, it's trending higher, sure, but you can see the momentum has stopped. We'd have to get back down here to 27 or so on that view up and really see what happens on this level. It's tested it a couple times. Now we'll wait to see on the backside coming back through. So we'll wait to see. But space right now looks to be a decent trade on the short side, but I'm not taking it. I'm going to wait for 27.55 to break through long. I'm just super happy there as it's falling in the hole and we do not. We take out of our last bit there. I don't see a better structured trade than that. This is why, guys, I wanted to show you that trade for sure, especially on Twitter there. Look at Twitter, actually, the stock there, up to that 65 level. I know, Neil, you have the short. Are you going long?
I'm long.
Now?
I'm already long in the reversal. I just didn't want to interrupt you there. I'm looking for that little break. This time of day, I like break pullbacks. So if it tries to shake you out, which it hasn't done just yet, and apologies, because I was actually just looking at AT&T when that execution happened. So I do have multiple screens, and if I have a trade on one of my other level 2s, one of my charts that I'm looking at, I'm going to go over there and not necessarily change it for you on the show while Sean's talking. So I was watching AT&T when Twitter went, but it did make the break. I would like it to give me this little fake out and then dip back to 60s and then maybe even 45 to 50. If it rounds into this range, give you consolidation, fair enough. But Twitter coming all the way back up, it was sort of a mixed bag for me. The best trade was the first one off the morning when I did short it. Since then, I've been biased to the long side, and we did take one nice long win. But I did try that reversal. We are long now in Twitter. Average price is at 65. I will take some more if it comes down to about 39.35. But there goes finally all morning long TNXP. So you take the 10%, you reload in front of that 160 area, but now it's taking the top off, and I'm finally going to reverse in TNXP after being short all day long and even yesterday. It's a long trade for me now.
I did want to bring up Tilray again because shout out to Eric. I know you were on this name with me as well. Eric Meadows there on the chat and a longtime member, maybe one of our first ever viewers. I don't know who's been here. We've only been here since April, guys. So make sure there. Where's a good level? Here's Callaway. What up, Callaway? How are things going, my friend? And okay, what are you asking about here? And again, guys, this is what I'm talking about. You want to become a member? I'll hit you up a lot earlier. Here's a $, $5 super chat here. What do you think Mist will hit $9 again? We'll leave that to Neil. Okay, where's a good level to get long for Tesla? Okay, want to give it 100K to run with. What? Okay, you're going to put 100K into Tesla today? Yeah, all right, then I better be right. Let's just wait to see here. What's a good level? Okay, I'll give you levels. I mean, that seems to be what I do the best around here. And honestly, Callaway, I honestly think you should be holding your money maybe until tomorrow based on this chart. It's very choppy. I don't trust this move possibly down. This is a 3-minute chart. I love using 3-minute charts as we look. I would still say this 1620, but then you have some wicks here and some bottoms at 25. So I only like it to the long side if you're gonna put 100K into it. But right here, 1620, 1625, those are the levels I do like. But I don't know, not today, not on earnings, Callaway. What's up, B?
Another one with earnings, guys. We mentioned this one earlier. AutoNation really struggling here at 53. Gonna need some volume, some participation to come in, but if this can't hold 53, maybe some downside to come for AN. Up a ton today, obviously, almost 10% at one point for AutoNation, guys.
Another yeehaw. If I ever have a winner coming out of off of Brendan's look, I'm going to hit that key for you there. I don't know why we even have it, but I'm going to have some fun with it anyways. I'm going to get some out of that Twitter. The first leg here, but the 20% at that first 75 area. The next leg will be, of course, the next quarter. That's $40. I was able to get a bit of a dip buy here. It was not quite as far down as that little 45 to 50 area, but I'll take what I can get. So we did add to the position on Twitter. TNXP also took the top off. I'm long $1.60 on that. I did say when it broke that 57 to 60 range, I'd be done with the shorts and into the long. So long Twitter, already taking some profit. TNXP hasn't really moved yet, so we're basically flat on it, looking for a bit more. And as much as Twitter's moving up, I got to go back over to Mist because I do believe we had a member asking about this one. I'm still short this name here, looking for that extended move down past 7 even, and I would reload in front of 750. I think maybe you'd look for consolidation and then a break back up where I was originally shorting at 765. If you catch that, maybe that's going to give you the push. Now, otherwise, if you really, really wanted to grab a consolidation long here, give it to 7 even. If that breaks, that's where I'm taking my next third out. So fair enough. If that's where shorter likes it as a floodgate, maybe it's going to be support for you there. But I'm only looking short side, at least for me in the short term. Here comes Twitter up at 80. So nice little lunchtime win. It's not often you get these breaks you can catch, at 11:45, 12 o'clock. But I'm happy to have this one here in Twitter. I'll work some out all the way to 38. 40 even, sorry, not 38. And then maybe catch a break at 40 even. We talked about 41 as a possible swing target. I'm not sure we get there today. I want to have alert for that now that we've broken upside of that 39.65 we've been waiting for.
Yep. 3 shorts. That smells like pulled pork. What is that, Yushi? What is lunch? Lasagna, way off. Lasagna there for lunch. That's good.
I was temporarily excited for pulled pork,
yeah.
And then now it's going to be. I like lasagna. I'm not going to pretend that we're going to probably get the best. It is what it is. I'm not going to go too much into it, but lots of things that are nice around here. Certainly, lasagna. I don't know. It's probably going to be a little bit plain to me. We'll see if we can. We'll see if we can give you guys a taste of that a little bit later on. Maybe give a pick on Twitter or something. But pulled pork, I would have been very, very excited for. Here comes a potential pullback in Twitter. If it does come deep enough into my 60 re-entry, maybe I take it there. But I'm not going to be adding to it just yet. I need a bit of a deeper retracement to a better price if I'm going to add more. But I do believe we have is that what? Oh, there it is. One of our traders eating that lasagna. There you go. Why not? You can't see the lasagna there. Hopefully it's tasty. I had no comment. I don't see him celebrating, so it can't be that good. We'll see about that a little bit later on.
Yep, exactly. Check the chat, guys. Okay, Twitter right now, moving to the upside here. We're positive on that stock, and we're going to leave it alone as we get going. Yo, welcome. A few new members here. As you can see, guys, I'm just in chill-out zone right now. We have Luckin Coffee. I'm going to get out that one for flat. And then Tilray, we're still waiting on that, Eric, to come through. Pretty Ang, what's up there? Oh, that reminds me of Ant of Financial on Baba, so we'll go look at Baba in a minute. And Series 24, hopefully you passed your Series 7. That's a good one there for you. So, I don't stop no matter what's happening there. So we'll see ongoing upside. I did want to check out a name that we never really look at, and I don't really know why. That's Google. Google's my largest. I always get questions about what I hold in my own account. I don't have a problem talking about it. Google's my single largest holding in my long-term investment account. But today it's just chopping around. Next week, though, guys, we do have Google and Amazon coming on the same day. I think it's Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. We will find out about that. I haven't traded XOM in a hell of a long time. Let's check back in on some oil. XOM was, actually, I traded XOM really well for a while there, and then we sort of stopped it. This is why today, chop. Not doing it. That's not why. I didn't look at it for the first time today. Look at this. If we take out this, though, 43.40 on ExxonMobil, I do like that to the long side. The Hydration Nation's catching up with me, so I got to throw it to Neil, and then I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Yeah, I did just talk about this one, but I'm going to go over it again. It's all for you, Brock. I do see you standing out because you are a member, and it does help us out with that chat. There's just so much going on at that time. When it comes to miss, I did mention I would reload one time in consolidation. If it broke back above that range, I'd be out if it takes 750. I would be thinking long at my breakdown price of 65. That's where we were looking at that short break, and that's just going back to sort of the opening range bottom that it had put in. If you want to take an early stab at it in front of 7 even, that was the other thing I was looking at. But for me, I wanted to round into some more shares in my short. Now I can at least consider taking some off in front of 7 now that I've reloaded a little bit in front of that a little 40 level and still have my ultimate target down at 680. So I know you're looking for some long levels. But the first consideration is where the short's going to get out. And I think that's around that 750, 765. I'm getting out at 50s. I'm probably going long at 65 if I can get it. Just remember, I got slipped big time when it broke down here. So any kind of a stop order to go long or stop order for me to cover my short, I have to consider how deep I'm crossing. There's a lot of slippage potentially, even though it's done 140 million shares. You would think it'd be easy peasy, but that's not always the case. I got to jump back to Twitter. Sometimes when you have an idea, you sort of line these ones up and knock them out here. We took that break at 65. We added to it on the way back in. Unfortunately, couldn't get 45s and 50s, never went there. So add some in the 60s. Now we're taking shares out on the way back up to that 40 mark. I'll be all out likely, except for maybe 10% when it breaks 40. If it does, and maybe adding to that position, that's the high of the day break. So I'll probably jump back into some more shares for a breakout scalp. pullback. It's the same sort of trend that we do in the afternoon. If we can catch a nice little long trend, it should be fantastic. Otherwise, we've already playing with house money here. I'm not going to turn winners into losers. Not on Twitter. My number one stock of the day. My number one source of news, Brendan, what do you got?
Not looking terribly attractive on a daily chart, but Party City, guys. PRTY up 5% today. Big pop here through 140 up to 145 almost. But if you look at the daily chart, yeah, we're just trying to break the top end of this little tiny consolidation here. They were talking about a little more online presence instead of so much brick and mortar as far as Party City is concerned. But PRTY doing some volume, guys.
Party. Oh, it'll be a party for me if this miss will roll over even further. You kind of find with some of these high flyers, the reason why I'll always be talking about looking or hunting for a short is just at some point you usually get a setup where the risk reward is going to be too good. And it was kind of a problem here because of the slippage, but I just think there's so much opportunity here on that reload where I'm only risking another 10, 15 cent type of move to take hopefully double that if we can get that move down to 670, 680 like I've been talking about. I see that arrow horn, Sean. What do you got?
Yeah, finally a new position. I don't know. Just hitting it for no reason, but other than I like to do. Is my mic is on, right? Yes, it is. I just want to make sure that 26. You guys know that we did talk about taking WFC breaking through 26 for some reason. Oh no, I did get 26.02. Okay, so we're long. I thought I had 03s there, so we are long here at 02. I was gone, but it doesn't matter. It didn't do anything. It only went to 03. So let's just wait to see if these futures hold this level. I do like the banking stocks today, so I just wanted to bring that to most of your attentions here, that we are long this one. Look, VWAP is right here, 90s right here. I'll dump this if this comes back to 90. I know it's not a big trade on board. I just want to let people know that we are long now at WFC. I'm going to find a sympathy play here and just see what JP Morgan is doing. I own this stock too. I wish this was over 100 still, but WFC, yeah, it's a little weaker here today. Trying to get back to VWAP. Is JPM, I mean, is WFC up or down today? Down 1%. Yeah, I don't think I should be long this name right here. But okay, WFC holding 26. That's my position right now. Let's see what happens. My first out will be up here at 0809.
I feel like I just heard someone break something in the kitchen. I hope that's not the case. But hopefully breaking down is going to be missed. With my reload, my average price is 739. I will take some out in front of 7 even if we get that push. And then, like I said, my target is down at 680 if we can get it. And speaking of missed, I'm kind of curious. Drop a little movie knowledge. Can anyone tell me who starred in the movie The Mist? I'm not going to talk about the Netflix show. I thought that was absolutely horrible. As much as I like some of their content, that was not a good one. And I'm a Stephen King fan, so I'm all over it. But let me know if you know who starred in that movie. I guarantee you, no one here is going to get it without Googling. But it's the honor system around here, guys, if you can get it. In the money, miss, short, 739, 20 cents is not enough. In the money, long, TNXP, 5 cents is not enough for me. I want 10.15. In the money, long, Twitter at 62. 20 cents is not enough. We've already taken that a couple of times. I'm looking for a push all the way up to 40 even, where we're going to go long in another break.
Yeah, I just want to bring up, I got in and out there on space there on a little bit of a short there. That was an order that I left in case we broke, but I forgot to double check. That's another thing, guys. Double check your pending orders in and out. It was a win, but we're not going to take credit for that. What we're going to do, though, is take credit for this. We're going to floss that off. Again, this is why you join the show, guys. Is not only so you can watch me take winners, but what about getting out of our winners, right? And where are the spots? Look, sometimes I don't hold long enough, and sometimes I make basically this kind of a trade. So I'm going to air horn myself right now for getting out at that 27.50. Bang, 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 topside action right there. So what a great out. And again, if you can, this is why we do it. I mean, I already have a lot of followers, so it doesn't really matter. Join me or not, unfollow me, whatever you want. But this is what we're talking about. 3 times on the top, trying to get you guys some little bit of education here. Just a bit of talk here. Triple top. So let's get out and then take the break of 27.60 if it does go up. But that doesn't happen. So wow, a lot more followers today, guys. Thanks for the love on that one. But there's the out there. That saves us all that money coming back down, right? And so there it is. We roll the dice on space today. It's been a big trade for us. And there you go once again. Before I go to Brendan, though, there's a couple more members here. Bill Fontaine, thank you so much. The members are blowing up today. Tadella Wallace, love that name. Brendan, what's up?
A little spike in Tupperware here, guys. 15% on Tupperware today to the upside. No earnings that I can see, but nice little break here of the day high, 878, 880, above the daily high as well. So technical break above $8 on Tupperware, doing some volume here, guys.
I said I would do this every single time, and if we come away from Brendan and I'm going to tell you about a winning trade, I'm going to hit the yeehaw in honor of his fandom of country music, which does not exist. I'm going to get some out on this TNXP. First leg out, only about 15% at 167. It's a 160 break. It's the first 10-cent move. I got slipped a little bit here. I caught some shares out of my short at 59, but I didn't add to this position until 62. So my average price actually works out to $1.60 half. We'll take some out of 67. 75, the next target to the upside. I can tell you that very, very briefly, missed. And Daryl, I don't expect you're going to get it without Googling. That's why I figured I'd ask it. I know your movie knowledge is kind of crazy for me. My dad was a movie buff, and I watched probably too many of them over the years. It was a very brief break on missed here at 7 even. Yes, I'd like it to get down to that 680, but if this ends up being a failed break and it consolidates up, I'll slide my stop from 50 to about 35, which is where my price is. So it's more of a break-even stop, just in case 7 holds. If it breaks, I'm getting out of the next 20 cents down. That'll be about a 50-cent win on the reload. Of course, we started this at 765, so nice trade and missed. You really had to wait this one out. If you're taking advantage of this range, you had to have a stop or you had to take those profits like Sean did at that 850 range. But this is the short I waited for all morning long, so I'm glad we caught it for you on the show. Waited all morning long for TNXP break. That finally came. Waited all day long for Twitter break. That just broke 40. We'll take a 50-cent win on that trade and then see if we can't reload as well. So big time wins here to end the show. Love when that does happen. And yesterday was a ridiculous board. Lots of earnings to get to. You know, we've been talking, we did a video about earnings. It's now time for us to go to Brendan and discuss the earnings that are coming up after market today and, of course, tomorrow morning.
Yeah, it's been a busy show, guys. We have earnings to get to. I want to do this first, though. A brand new educational video just released to you as well. Momentum trading strategies that are working today. So if you are a momentum trader, as most of us are here, have a look at that one. Valeria has the link for you in the chat. Lots of great stuff in that video. Let's, have a look at some names on this board that we've talked about already today, including Mattel. Really, really strong to the upside today, guys, going into earnings. Wow, busy day for earnings.
Yeah, I'm just looking at that board.
What I'm looking at.
Yeah, keep that board up here for a minute. Intel, Schlumberger is there. AXP, what up? Hopefully my American Express Black doesn't get denied soon. Verizon. Oh, we talked about AT&T, and there's Verizon. I like Verizon.
Yeah, you talk about that black card. I will only ever remember this, Sean. And you know, you probably heard this story. I had a good friend who whipped out the black card and then cost everybody more money getting in the club. The second the bouncer saw that card, he's like, yeah, you guys are paying up. And I'm like, come on, way to wave the stick and ruin it for everybody. We're going to be watching American Express. We're watching Intel for sure as well. But it's been a fantastic show. I just want to show here, I'm going to put my chart up. This little out here, I took a 50-cent win. This is not me shorting. This is covering my long. If I have a couple of orders out at the same time, if accidentally it fills the short sell, it's going to code it as a short. But this was me covering a long on that reversal. I want to catch a pullback if it holds the 40 level. That was obviously the break. And the next stop we're talking about is at 41 to the upside on kind of a swing idea. But this is the break we were looking for. We got it. We're looking for Tesla at 1625 going into the afternoon. But we got to do one more thing here, and that's roll to Valeria to see what national day it is. I promise you it's not lasagna.
Thank you, Neil. And hey, guys, another amazing day together. Thank you very much, everyone who joined our membership. Guys, you make us work harder each day. And welcome everyone who subscribed to our channel. We will see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. And if you're not a subscriber yet, hit the button now to receive notifications when we are back on air. And guys, go and watch our next educational video about trading breakouts. And don't forget to write in the comments what would you want us to make next. And as usual, I'm saying what national day is today. So happy Vanilla Ice Cream Day. And guys, if you like vanilla ice cream, hit the like button now.
I have a t-shirt that said Vanilla Ice invented rap. So we like vanilla ice cream, but we like vanilla ice a little bit better. So that's good. Brendan, what's your favorite ice cream?
I'll go vanilla. Why not?
Yeah, why not? A French vanilla.
I enjoy it.
I'll go chocolate. Sure. I mean, I love chocolate ice cream. Vanilla for me is what I'm going to be putting on like apple pie or even better, the best pie in the world, which is pumpkin pie. That's my favorite. But that's what it's definitely good for. It's definitely not lasagna day. I'd be excited if we had ice cream for lunch. I would eat an entire tub of it if I could. But look, we've had a lot of fun on this show today so far. You've seen some of the wins, you've seen some of the action powering through, and I think we're looking at a few plays in the afternoon, watching some levels on Tesla. That 1625 I'll be looking at. Still going to be holding some of this mist. Again, it's trying to bounce below that 7 even. My target is 680. And then if you guys are looking for the long, I was watching about a 740, 750. But it's time for us to go down the line. You know how we do it around here. I got to start with Miss V. Valeria doing a fantastic job in the chat. And of course on social media as well. And you got to get that heart. We cannot get out of here without the heart and the lack of a Starbucks coffee in there. She's converting to a true Canadian because now it's a Tim Hortons cup. Sean, once again, staying on par. Now, look, trading needs discipline. Hydration needs it as well. So where are we at there?
I don't know where we're at. Oh my God, this is disconnected again, guys. You guys got to get your shit together. Okay, 1 p.m. So we're well above it, but guys, whatever. We hold the trophy again today. So there it is. We'll wait till someone takes it away from us. But congratulations to everybody following the trades today. It's been a banger, guys. Join us tomorrow. I'll be back.
I knew when that bang was going to happen. I'm like, yeah, it's going to go again. It is. We'll get that figured out. Good job powering through it there, Sean. Brendan coming through with that news. And when it comes to some of these names, I love the fact that Brendan makes sure he gets you to you professionally, but not going to force it. The first thing isn't always the right news there, Brendan, with that story that we saw in, I will forget the name.
Still nothing.
Still nothing, eh?
On Wayne.
It is what it is, guys.
Look at WFC.
You know what we do around here. There's another test and missed, but I'm Neil Roberts. As always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Wherever you are in the world, this is Trader TV Live. We'll see you tomorrow, guys.
Peace.